We begin the countdown to kickoff for our featured game tonight on KCTN. We're joined by Sumner-Fred football coach Jacob Coyle. Coach, your team now 3-1, 0-1 in the district. Dropped that opener to Dyke New Hartford last week, 24-14. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, man, it was a good game. Felt like Dyke kind of controlled the game for the most part, but when we kind of looked back on film, it was about 5 plays that maybe went against us, whether it be a touchdown on a long 3rd and long for them or missed opportunities on our offense. So I think the game was a lot closer than we felt coming off the field on Friday, but Dyke was a very good physical team. We were just not able to, take control of our opportunities and control the line of scrimmage from them.
All right, let's talk about this year's Cougar team. First off, let's talk about who leads you offensively.
Yeah, I think led by is our quarterback, Davis Vansugler. He's done a tremendous job of facilitating the football, making correct reads, and just taking control of the ball. And we've got a lot of guys in the skill positions that have caught a lot of passes or carried the ball a lot. I'd say another guy out there is Jackson Willems. He's got a ton of receptions and reception touchdowns, plus he runs the ball for us as well. Noah Henderson is an exciting guy in the backfield, and then our receivers, we've got Jamison Howard, Ty Van Englenberg, Caden Trainer, the list can go on and on. But up front, we do a really good job this year, and that's led by Grant Henderson, Harrison Pagel, and Callan Wilharm in the middle for us. And we've just done a really much better job of diving into our offense and kind of taking it to the next level.
All right, let's talk about on the defensive side, some of the key contributors for you.
Yeah, defensively, Jackson Willems' name is going to come up again as a linebacker. He just seems to be all over the field, very smart football player. Jamison Howard, outside linebacker, he knows what's going on. He watches a ton of film and just a playmaker. Our D-line has just been done a phenomenal job last year and even this year, being able to rotate a bunch of guys in on that D-line. Achilles Quigley's having a really nice job at end. And then again, Grant Henderson and Callan Wilharm in the middle there are doing a very fantastic job, along with Reese Land at another D end.
All right, let's talk about MFL MarMac. What do you know about the Bulldogs?
Very well coached. Coach Anderson does a phenomenal job, and they've done a great job for the last about 6 years. They've gone not only district champions, how many times, but have gone deep into the playoffs. They know what they're going to do, and they do it well. The kids are always ready to go. Very respectful opponent. Their kids work very hard for them on and off the field. And, they're going to come out and play smash mouth football, exactly what you want on a Friday night.
Keys in the ball game for your team. What does Sumner-Fred have to do?
We got to keep the ball moving. We got to stay ahead of the sticks. We cannot get into 2nd and long, 3rd and long, or 4th and long for sure. And then on defense, we just got to stay focused, read our keys, and stay at home and just do our job and not allow that big play. Last year, I think 2 big plays hurt us in the game against MFL, and that was kind of the deciding factor.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate it.
Yes, Sumner-Fred football coach Jacob Coyle and his Cougar team. Countdown to kickoff continues after this.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping are proud supporters of all of our local high school sports teams. We want to wish everyone the best of luck on their season. We are here for all your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Give us a call at 563-245-2154. Again, that number is 563-245-2154. Thank you from Kurt and Ann at Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping, located in downtown Elkader.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards, and they offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com. And you can even set up a free web store for your fundraiser. Make sure to check out the selection of Bulldog Spirit Wear and Iowa-themed items at the Monona location. Epic Wear, located in downtown Monona and Waukon. Call 563-539-2300 to place your order today.
TNT Power Sports sells and services all makes and models of UTVs and ATVs. We have a nice selection of clean used units available along with new units. Contact Brian, Sawyer, or Tracy for your next UTV or ATV purchase. To keep your UTV or ATV in top-notch condition for work or play, schedule your service work with Brian or Nathan by calling 563-245-1100 or stop into TNT Power Sports north of Elkader on Highway 13 for all your sales or service work.
Wilkie's in Elkader is Iowa's oldest family-owned grocery store. You'll find Wilkie's 2 blocks south of the Keystone Bridge in historic downtown Elkader. Stop in and enroll for a Wilkie's reward card and receive points every time you shop. Then log on to their website at wilkiesgrocery.com to view the weekly specials, check out your reward points, make out a shopping list, and more. Wilkie's in Elkader, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m.
It's September, and Scooter's Coffee in Manchester has a deal for you. During the entire month of September, enjoy a brewed coffee in any size for free on them. Scooter's Coffee offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Download the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Scooter's Coffee in Manchester, open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, the Luena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. We continue the countdown to kick off our featured game. We're joined by MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson. Coach, your team improving to 4-0. Good win. Went to Applington-Parkersburg. You won by a final score of 42-0. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, I thought the kids played well, and you're going into a place like Applington that's got a lot of tradition and a lot of history, and we told our kids about that, and let them watch a YouTube video about the SPs of 2010 about Ed Thomas and all that, and a lot of history there. And our kids went down there and really put on a good show for our fans, and we played great defense and really hit hard. I tell you, we were really physical, and offensively, we were able to run the ball well and completed 50% of our passes, and so, just overall, it was a good win.
All right, let's talk about defensively. You pitched the shutout there. Who led you defensively?
Yeah, when you get a shutout, everybody plays well, but, I thought our linebacker crew played really well again, and I thought Braden Gordon played well there at outside linebacker. He was really physical, and I thought Carver Blitz-Benteen had a really good game at inside linebacker. He had a lot of tackles, and our guys, our DBs really did a nice job. We didn't give the quarterback, Gavin Thomas, which would be Ed Thomas's grandson, didn't give him much time to throw. And, the completions he had, most of them were out in the flat. And, to number 6 and number 5, they're fast receivers, and we were a little worried about them, getting us deep, but we didn't give them time to throw, so they're completing a lot of short stuff. And just come up and we're hitting those guys, and those kids were really feeling it by the end of the game. They were limping pretty hard. I mean, we were really putting some hits on those receivers. So, overall, it was just a great team defense win.
All right, pretty good balance on offense for you guys.
Yeah, Wyatt didn't start because he did have a cast on his hand, but we knew he would play, and he came in and, it didn't slow him down at all. He had 9 carries for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. We had 4 different guys score rushing touchdowns. Carter Stoddard scored 1 on a jet sweep, and Quinn McHugh had 1, and then, of course, at the end of the game there, Tristan Kane had an 80-yarder right up the middle. 1 carry for 80 yards, we'll take that.
Yeah.
And I thought that Carver threw the ball well. He was 6 for 12, and 1 touchdown to Brandon Christofferson, and, I just thought overall it was, everybody contributed and everybody played well. Offensive line, defensive line played well again, too.
All right, Sumner-Fred, you host the Cougars. What do you know about them?
Well, it's a rivalry, and they're good. They've been ranked all year, and they're 3-1. Their only loss coming to Dike, and they're physical. They always are. They're well coached. Coach Leet, the defensive coordinator, always has a great game plan. Coach Coyle there, they run a pistol, triple option, and, so anytime you're playing against a team that runs option, you have to be disciplined in your assignments. And, They throw the ball well, too. They're pretty balanced overall. They've got their quarterback, Van Sickles, leading our district in touchdown passes. So they can run the ball, they can throw the ball, and they play great defense. So it'll be a great challenge for us on Friday night.
Keys in the ball game for your team, then, what do you have to do?
Yeah, we got to take care of the football, which we've done a pretty good job of this year. We've only got 1 turnover in 4 games, so I'm very pleased with that. But a game like this, it's probably going to be a lower scoring game, I would imagine. If both defenses come out and play like they have been playing, field position is going to be important. The punting and the kicking game, and both teams have a good kicker. Ben Cranberry's been kicking the ball really well, and the kicker from Sumner-Fred's been putting a lot of them in the end zone, and they got a good punter. So it's just going to be kind of a cat and mouse, back and forth game. And I think teams got that makes a couple of mistakes. The game's probably going to come down to a couple of plays, and it's going to be a close one probably. It's going to be a tight one. It'll be an exciting one for homecoming for our fans. We expect a hard-fought game, and if we play well, we think we know we could win, but. If we don't come out and play well, Sumner-Fred could get us. So it's going to be a good ball game.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
All right, thanks, Dan.
MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson and his Bulldog program. Countdown to kickoff continues after this.
Broadband is more important and versatile than ever, and you no longer need a home phone to utilize Neat's fiber broadband service. Freedom plans are now available to all subscribers on Neat's fiber network in and around Farmersburg, Luena, Monona, Postville, and St. Olaf. With speeds up to 250 meg, Neat's managed Wi-Fi is also included at no additional cost. Call today for more information on Neat's new Freedom plans and enjoy reliable, super-fast broadband internet service from Neat. Call us at 539-2122 today to discuss which Freedom plan is best for you. Neat, connecting you now.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards, that's because you'll feel totally protected with the right auto coverage. Plus, you'll save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home with our expert agents. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you and contact Julie Depke, agent, at 563-245-2366 today to review your insurance needs.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
People's State Bank is locally owned and locally managed with 20 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology, we're it. As a community bank, we're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, community-minded, just like you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
It's back to school time again, and that means the fall sports season is in full swing. Dr. Mark Foey, Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Courtney Wicken, and the staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona wish all of our area cross-country, volleyball, and football student athletes a very healthy and successful season. Get out and support your local school sports teams this fall. Family Dentistry of Monona, where health-changing smiles are created.
We know that potential is greatly enhanced through hard work and dedication. At Viafield Cooperatives, we promise to provide innovative products and dependable service to help you meet and exceed your potential. From agronomy to energy, grain to feed, Viafield is excited to provide growing opportunities for both producers and consumers at 18 locations throughout northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Want to learn more about Viafield? Go to viafield.com. Viafield is a proud supporter of our local student athletes.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
Good evening once again, everybody. How you doing? Dan Barnes along with Coach Aaron Hamann. Welcome to Monona. It's Class 1A football tonight on KCTN in a huge Week 5 matchup with MFL MarMac, the second-ranked team in Class 1A, and a Sumner-Fred team coming in with a record of 3-1. It is the final day of summer but it is almost fall-like tonight as light rain falling here in Monona. We don't expect it to be a factor. Both teams have to play in it. It's not a hard driving rain. Hopefully no strong storms, but showers are running through tonight.
Well, yeah, and you're going to have some slippery conditions, and we've been spoiled for the first 4 weeks. We're halfway through the season, Dan. We expect some fall weather, and we're going to get it tonight. A little cooler, but I think we're going to have nice nights for football.
Let's talk about Sumner-Fred first off in the Cougars. We mentioned they are 3-1. Their first loss came last week in the ball game to Dike New Hartford. They dropped a 24-14 ball game. Let's talk a little bit about this team. And Davis Van Sickle, is their senior quarterback. He has thrown for over 500 yards. He really leads them offensively.
He does. He's got 9 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, but they like to throw that thing around, and he's the guy that does that. It's going to be a little harder tonight, getting a grip on that ball, but they really lean on him, and he's got a number of targets that he throws to in his receiving corps.
They have 3 backs that have rushed for over 100 yards. Noah Henderson, Jesse Jones, and also Jackson Williams, so they spread the ball around on offense, but they do love to throw it.
Yeah, absolutely. They've only got about 500-600 yards of offense on the ground, but that's a great complement to 500 yards in the air, so they're a good 1-2 punch there in their offensive attack.
So we talk about how they rush the football, but Noah Henderson is their leading receiver. Not only has he rushed for 126 yards and a couple of touchdowns, he's got 116 yards receiving and a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a very versatile guy. Looking at Williams for the defense, too, he's their leading tackler. So he's just an all-around great football player, catches the ball, runs the ball, plays defense. He probably returns punts and kicks punts, too.
Last year, Sumner-Fred played MFL MarMac as well as anybody. They lost 19-6 in what was a very tough ball game. So they feel like they know what it takes to come in here tonight and challenge the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and it's a tough place to play, to come in here and try to beat MFL MarMac on their own field. But I think they feel like they left a few things out there on the field last year, some opportunities that were just a little missed. And I'm sure they're looking to rectify that in this very difficult district. This is a big ball game for them.
All right, let's talk about MFL MarMac now. This is a team that does a lot of things well. Defensively, they've been outstanding. Only gave up in single digits most of the game. New Hampton, the only difference there when they scored 31 points, a ball game in which they played a little shorthanded. But they're coming off an impressive win at Applington-Parkersburg, 42-0 in their district opener.
Yeah, to go into Applington-Parkersburg and to blank them on their own field. And Applington-Parkersburg is a little down, but it's still a storied program. And for them to go in and pitch a shutout is a huge win for them.
MFL MarMac, so balanced on offense. Wyatt Powell has rushed for nearly 300 yards. He's averaging 10 yards a carry, but Quinn McGee has really stepped into that fullback role this year. He's rushed for over 300 yards as well.
Yeah, those two guys kind of lead the way, but over 1,000 yards as a team and 16 touchdowns put up on the ground is huge numbers for this MFL MarMac team, and that's a durability thing. To be able to run the football, you take the conditions away from it because they can run in good weather, they can run in bad weather, they just pound the ball, and I think it starts with some of those big guys up front leading the way for them.
Carver Blitzbentine it's been seamless for him. Played quarterback 2 years ago, fullback last year. Back into the quarterback spot this year. He's completing close to 50% of his passes, but he's thrown for over 200 yards and has rushed for over 100.
Yeah, he's a good 1-2 combination, knowing both roles. Like you said, 2 years ago, played that quarterback spot, had a tough go of it, a couple nights out, but learned a lot. And then last year, learning a little different piece of the offense as a fullback. Now he's kind of knows how this offense works very well.
For MFL MarMac, they can be as good as anybody defensively, and they are led by Carver Blitzbentine, Wyatt Powell, but especially Cade McElwain, one of the linebackers up front, who leads them.
Yeah, he's leading them. He's got 30.5 tackles, 19 solo. He's got a sack, but he leads the way with him, and I don't think we can talk about the defense if we don't talk about Tristan Kane. He's right up there with 20 tackles, 14 solos as well. He's been doing that for 3 years now, it seems like forever.
This is his 4th year. He played as a freshman. The difference is now he's grown up quite a bit. Not size-wise, I should say, height-wise, he's still about the same, but he now weighs 180 pounds. I believe he was playing as a freshman at 5'9" and 140 or 145.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't a lot. He was pretty light, but he played so tough, and that just has helped him grow, and I don't think you can talk about the defense without talking about Tristan Kane.
All right, let's set the starters. First off, for Sumner-Fred. The quarterback, once again, as we mentioned, is Davis Van Sickle. He's a 6'1", 165-pound senior. He's joined in the backfield by Jackson Williams, who will play a lot of receiver as well, a senior, 6'3", 205. Noah Henderson and Jesse Jones are the other starting backs. Henderson, a 6-foot junior, 190 pounds. Jones, a 5'10", senior, 190 pounds. pounds. The wide receivers, Jamison Howard, a senior, 6 foot 190 pounds. Caden Trainer, the other wide receiver, 6'1" senior at 175. The anchor of the line is Garrett Henderson. He's a senior, 6 foot 215. The offensive guards, Harrison Pagel and Kellen Wilharm. Pagel is a senior, 5'10", 180. Wilharm a junior, 6'1", 215. The tackles are Gavin Trask. He's a sophomore, 6'4", 230 pounds. Tegan Warner is your other offensive tackle. He is a junior at 6'2", 180 pounds. All those guys play both ways. The other starters on defense are Tatum Nuss. He's a junior who plays quarterback, 6 foot 175. Defensive end Achilles Quigley with the name of the year, 6'1", 185 pound and a senior. And those are the only two starters that don't play both ways for Sumner-Fred. Meanwhile, for MFL MarMac, they're going to do the national anthem here in just a bit, so we'll try to get through their starting lineups. The quarterback, Carver Blitz Benteen, a senior, 6'1", 210 pounds. The running back, Wyatt Powell, a senior, 6'1", 215. Fullback, Quinn McGee, a junior, 6'1", 180. The wingback, Bryce Radeloff, King Bryce Radeloff, by the way, on this homecoming night, a senior, 5'8", 155. They'll do the crowning of the Queen at halftime. The split end, Brandon Christofferson, a senior, 6'2", 195. The tight end is Cade McElwain, a senior, 6 foot 195. The anchor of the line, sophomore Will Howes, 6 foot 175 pounds. He's the center. The right guard, Avery Thornton, a junior, 6'1", 230. The left guard, Braden Gordon, a junior, 6'1", 195. The right tackle is Aiden Schulte, a 6'4", 325-pound junior. The left tackle, Bryce Deal, a senior, 6'2", 215. All those guys play both ways. The only starters are Tristan Kane, a senior at nose guard, 5'9", 180, and Elias Hatt, a senior, 6'3", 185, starts at cornerback. Otherwise, you have, again, 9 of the Bulldogs going two ways, and that's the same with Sumner-Fred. It's Class 1A football. That's
it is. A lot of guys playing both ways, a lot of talent on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, a lot of athletes on the field in this ball game tonight. So we'll take a break. When we return, opening kickoff with week number 5. You're listening to the Countdown to Kickoff on KCTN, Garnavillo, Elkader, Iowa.
It's pretty unusual for a bank to be 100% employee-owned. And Freedom Bank wouldn't have it any other way. Employee-owned means we're not just your bank. We're your friends and neighbors. We value being active community partners, and we believe in donating generously to local causes. We empower success, not just for our customers, but for our communities as well. Visit Freedom Bank in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, and Decorah, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Top Gun Customs knows you can fill the deer tag well out of season. If you've tagged that prize buck, pull up to the stoplight at Top Gun in Garnavillo. That's it. Bob and his technicians have been repairing vehicles for over 45 years. We write the estimates, take the photos, and deal with the insurance company for you to ensure your vehicle is repaired quickly and, most importantly, safely. We also have free loaners or rental vehicles. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun to schedule your repair today. 563-964-9899.
Welcome back here to Monona, getting ready to go with week number 5 of the high school football season. We'll have updates on a number of games across the area tonight. In 8-man tonight, Central, their homecoming game, hosting Waterloo Christian. Edco on the road at Lone Tree. Elsewhere tonight, Clayton Ridge hosting Maquoketa Valley. Postville has their homecoming game. They're entertaining Bellevue tonight. Starmont is at North Cedar, and North Fayette Valley is at Osage. We'll have updates on all of those games tonight here on KCTN. We're a couple of minutes away from the opening kickoff here. Let's talk about keys in this ball game. Let's start with the Cougars.
I think for the Cougars, they rely so heavily on that pass. They're going to have to really find a way to get that established, with the wet conditions and everything else. They're going to have to find a way to establish that early and be quick about it with the defense of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think that's what they want to do. A lot of quick hits. They'll use the passing game as kind of a running game there in a lot of short passes and maybe try to take some deep shots in this ball game. For MFL MarMac, let's talk about what the Bulldogs have to do.
Well, I think they're going to establish the run, and I think they want to establish that line of scrimmage. If they can pound it on both sides of that line of scrimmage, establish that early, I think they're going to be just fine.
All right, so we're just about ready to go with the opening kickoff here tonight. Cougars wearing their away white to bottoms and tops. They have, of course, the navy blue helmets with the big paw on one side, the numbers on the other. For MFL MarMac, it's black bottoms and tops. They have the yellow numbers, some royal blue trim. They have the blue helmets with the, again, they're vacant on one side and have the numbers on the other. Our officiating crew for tonight's ball game, and this is a crew that we have seen a couple of times. Our referee is Jeff Wachter. The umpire, Randy Kramer. The linesman is Jeff Roan. The line judge is Jerry Carber. And the back judge is Bruce Wall. So glad to have those guys for us here in this ball game tonight. This is a big ball game already. When you only play 5 district games, every game is huge.
Every game is huge, and I think MFL MarMac has had a lot of success the last couple of years, and everybody has kind of earmarked, hey, that's a big game, that's a ball game. But I think with Sumner-Fred last week dropping that ball game, they're looking at this as, hey, we got to get back to even with this team because you've got Denver, you've got Dike New Hartford. There's a lot of good teams in this district.
If you're Sumner-Fred, you come up short tonight, you're probably fighting for third place in the district now because you already have a district loss. If you're MFL MarMac, these next 3 games are just absolutely huge. Sumner-Fred tonight, at Dike New Hartford, which we'll have next week, and then in 2 weeks hosting Denver, a Denver team ranked in the top 10, a Dike New Hartford team that just sits outside the top 10. This is a great district, this Class 1A District 3.
It is. Those teams all in the top 10, and Sumner-Fredericksburg just sitting outside of the top 10. They've got some votes this week as well, so all of these teams are looking to make some noise in this district, and tonight's a big ball game for these two.
MFL MarMac, the last 5 years, has been to the quarterfinals in the football playoffs, and this is as high as they have been ranked. They are ranked at number 2 in the latest AP poll, so they've had great success. The other thing is the Bulldogs have 6 seniors that start on offense, 4 juniors and 1 sophomore, but on defense it's 8 seniors and 3 juniors. So this is among the most experienced teams in all of Class 1A.
Yeah, they've got so much experience, and these guys have been playing for 3 years, if not 4 years, and they're looking to capitalize upon that. They want to get to the quarterfinals and then figure out what's beyond that. They want to go beyond the quarterfinals, but they got to take care of business tonight with the Cougars coming to town.
Yeah, this is a team, again, MFL MarMac, that is all the makings of a team that is set up to not only win a district championship, but maybe make a run in the postseason. And again, those are all things ahead. You got to stay healthy, things like that, all things that are in front of them, and that's the important part. They control that, and it starts tonight here with Sumner-Fred. The Bulldogs will actually be receiving to start this ball game out tonight, and Sumner-Fred will kick off. Bulldogs decided we want to take the ball to receive. Wyatt Powell is deep. Also back to receive is number 27, and that is Bryce Radeloff. Radeloff is lined up on the near side. Powell, who has a very small cast on the right wrist. He has a thumb injury, a broken thumb, but played last week in the ballgame, still had 9 carries and over 100 yards.
Yeah, still having a great season, especially defensively, but last week able to do it offensively as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't think it's going to hinder him that much. He's dealt with this before.
So Jackson Williams to launch it away for Sumner-Fred here in week number 5. Good crowd on hand for this ball game tonight, sitting through with umbrellas and some light rain falling here in week number 5. So the Cougars ready to launch it away from the 40-yard line, and here we are set to go with week number 5. Willems will kick it off there, and it is a short kick. The up back going to catch it at the 32-yard line is MFL MarMac, and they just bring it up the right hash mark across the 35 to the 37-yard line. It was caught by the up back there. They stayed away, and it was actually Kane. Kane was the up back at the 30-yard line who just lowered the head, 7-yard return. And for MFL MarMac, not bad field position. First down, 10 yards to go at their own 37-yard line where they start out.
Yeah, just kind of a pop-up kick there, getting over the first line, and Tristan Kane was the closest to it. He kind of got on it, went as far as he could, and good field position here to start for the Bulldogs.
MFL MarMac as Blitz Benteen comes in from the sideline, lines up here, and right away Powell will line up as a halfback, and also back behind the quarterback is Blitz Benteen. They operate from underneath the center. First down, 10 yards to go, middle of the field, 37-yard line, and Blitz Benteen rolls out to the left, looking to throw the football, now tucks it. He's going to bring it right side and run, loses his footing as he slides out near the 40-yard line. He was looking downfield for McElwain, who was covered downfield, decided to tuck and run, picks up 4 yards, and it's second down, probably closer to 3 yards. Second down, 7 yards to go.
I'm kind of surprised they come out to throw the ball to start, but nothing going, not able to find anything, and had a little room. So Blitz Benteen, comfortable running the football, tucks it away, gets 3 yards.
I think they were hoping to maybe get the Cougars kind of creeping up and looking to stop the run first off. Second down, 7 yards to go. Double wing set. That's Powell at the left side. Radeloff on the right side. And on second down and 7, Radeloff goes in motion. Toss play left side. And he's hit in the backfield and lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he will not. The play quickly burrowing up there by Sumner-Fred. And number 8 led the way back there in Van Sickle up from the safety spot. He was the second one there. Also there as well was Willems. It's a loss of 2, and it's third down and long as they came crashing against the run.
They did. All those Cougars had about 10 guys in the box. Everybody was up on the line. They saw something from on film, and they snuffed that out right away, a loss of 2.
So third down and long. Blitz Benteen will go back to the pistol formation. And he has Powell to his left. And on third down and long, they snap it, and they're going to run it with Powell. Powell brings it right side, gets across the 45-yard line, spins. He's tripped short of first down on a nice open field tackle by Van Sickle. He gets to the 46-yard line. It's 2 yards short of first down. If Powell slips through that tackle, it's first down and more.
Yeah, he had a lot of green in front of him, but nice tackle there by the Cougars to trip him up just short of that first down. And they're at midfield. I assume they're going to punt this away.
This is our first big decision of the ball game, and MFL MarMac, we have seen them from time to time be aggressive going for it near midfield.
Well, and they trust their defense, so here they are going for it again.
Fourth down, 2 yards to go from the 45-yard line, and the Cougars there run into the line of scrimmage, but Blitz Benteen goes off left side, gets out to the 48-yard line for first down. It was a rugby scrum right at the right hash mark, and a great read by Blitz Benteen as they tried to push the pile forward. I don't know if he'd have pushed the pile out of the way. He slipped off to the left and gets 3 yards and first down.
Yeah, those front linemen for the Cougars all bunched up right over top of the center because they knew where that ball was coming. The linebackers were filling gaps, and Blitz Benteen kind of bounced that to the outside, able to pick up the first down plus an extra yard. So a nice gain there, rolling the dice early.
You want to force your will on an opponent, and that's what MFL MarMac decided to do on fourth down, 2 yards to go. Just short of midfield. First down now. Blitz Benteen looking to throw the football over the middle, looking for number 5, and the pass intended for Eli Hansen. On a quick slant, left side, it is incomplete. And that ball thrown a little bit away from Hansen, and it's second down, 10 yards to go. Blitz Benteen looked to swing it out into the flat initially to Christofferson, but instead tried to go on a slant left side, second and 10.
Yeah, kind of a deeper slant there for Hansen. Ball just not in his grasp, but if he's able to catch that, that's at least half the distance.
So double wing set again for MFL MarMac. McGew, and they send Radeloff in motion. He gets the handoff on the jet sweep left side. Inside Cougar territory, bounces to the outside. That's a little further left on the far side of the field. Brings it inside the 45-yard line, tackled to the 41-yard line, and that's a 7-yard gain, actually closer to 11 yards on that play. First and 10 on the jet sweep to the left.
Yeah, that was a nice play there. Great blocking out front. Not only the linemen getting out there, but the wide receivers and the other backs getting out front and getting him sprung to get that first down.
So this drive, 3 minutes old. MFL MarMac started at their own 37, down to the 41-yard line. Christofferson as a receiver near side to the right. And alone in the backfield is McGew. Blitz Benteen rolls out to the right, throws it on the run. Caught by Christofferson, bobbled, but he hauls it in the right flat. That's just in front of the sideline. Brings it inside the 35 35-yard line down to the 32-yard line. Good job by Christofferson staying with it. They pick up 6 yards on a quick rollout to the right.
Yeah, nice catch there by Christofferson. Had to hold on to that. Must have been a little slippery on there, but a good first connection there between Blitz Benteen and Christofferson.
And a good look by Blitz Benteen because he was pressured off the left side, and the pressure by Quigley, who wears number 19 when he plays defense, and sometimes wears 52 when he plays defense, but he's wearing 19 tonight. Second down, short yardage for MFL MarMac. Double wing set. They operate from the right hash mark. Powell goes in motion, gets the handoff, trying to bounce to the outside, hit in the backfield, unable to spin free. The first one, Jesse Jones, makes the play in the backfield as they couldn't get to the outside. It's a loss of a couple of yards. Very rare that you see a loss for Powell on the run, but a good job by Sumner-Fred crashing through the right side of their line.
Yeah, they had a good hold on the right side of their defensive line and then able to send that linebacker up to make that initial contact and push Powell backwards. He's going to lose 2 yards on that play, so 3rd and 5 here for the Bulldogs. They're moving the ball, but a setback there.
Jesse Jones is the middle linebacker for Sumner-Fred who made that stop. 35-yard line now. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. In motion, Christofferson gets the handoff. Jet sweep right side. Trying to bounce to the corner. Not much as he stood up at the line of scrimmage. Ahead for maybe a yard. Couldn't quite get to the corner. There's Jones again. Also there as well as Trainer. It's a pickup of a yard, and it's 4th down, 4 yards to go. As Randolph maybe bounced that out far a little further than he wanted to.
Yeah, I think his blocking was a little more in on that. But again, give kudos to the Cougar defense. They're getting up on the outside and forcing that back in. And when Radloff went to the outside, plenty of help there for the Cougars.
4th down, they give him closer to 2 yards on that, but it's 4th down, 3 yards to go, and you're in no man's land here. So the Bulldogs are going to go for it on 4th and 3. Blitz Benteen back to pistol. Powell is to his right. They send Radloff in motion. They snap it back to Blitz Benteen. Blitz Benteen goes right side, hit by Jones, short of the first down as he leans ahead to the 32-yard line. He needed 3. He'll get 2. And Sumner-Fred stops MFL MarMac on 4th down.
And I think that's a huge stop there for the Cougars. I had no doubt that MFL MarMac's going to go for it, as you said. They're in no man's land there, but not able to pick that up on the ground, and that's a surprise.
A drive that went about 5.5 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 seconds, but bogs down at the 33-yard line. Sumner-Fred in business after the stop. 1st down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the right, receiver to the left. They do have a wing back on the right side. Van Sickle runs the football on 1st down, and they carry it right side, and I believe that is Jones on the carry right side, maybe a yard off right side, and actually it is
Henderson.
21, Noah Henderson. They have Henderson, Jones, and also there as well Willems that will all see carries in this ball game. A gain of a yard, 2nd down, 9 yards to go.
Yeah, good gang tackling there by the Bulldogs, just sniffing that out and catching it before Henderson can get ahead of steam.
4 wide receivers for the Cougars, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Van Sickle rolling out to the right, looking to throw the football. It is caught right flat, quick rollout play, caught by number 9 in Willems at the 35-yard line, only picks up 2 yards. It was just a quick rollout to the right. That's number 8 hooking up with number 9. And I would say maybe a yard.
A yard at best there. So a 3rd and long here on the Cougars' first series.
Radloff in on the coverage there, makes the tackle in the right flat for MFL MarMac. So this is 3rd down and long for the Cougars at their own 35-yard line. Again, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And Henderson is to the left of the quarterback, Van Sickle. Van Sickle gets the snap and now rushed. He's hit, throws it, and it's incomplete. Looking up the right hash mark, the pass intended for Noah Henderson, but hit as he threw was Van Sickle. Hit by Blitz Benteen with the pressure. The pass incomplete, and the Bulldogs stop him 3 and out.
And a well-designed play. I don't know if he's going to pick up the first down if he makes that catch, but the ball came in a little high, came in a little hot, and nice defense there by the Bulldogs.
You can see Sumner-Fred wants to get the ball out quick in this ball game, and if he holds that ball a little longer, Blitz Benteen has himself a sack. So they are set to launch it away, and it will be Henderson doing the punting chores. He averages around 30 yards a punt. Henderson stands back at his 24-yard line. Radloff stands at the 35 in Bulldogs territory for the punt. There's the snap and a good snap to handle, and that ball is partially blocked. There's a flag down. They're going to say it was not blocked, and it's just a bad kick. Blitz Benteen says they blocked it. The ball looked like it was blocked as it only went up in the air and forward about 3 yards, and now I think our officials are going to talk.
They're going to talk this over because I think MFL MarMac got a hand on that. That ball went straight up, and like you said, at max, it went 5 yards downfield. It went more sideways than it went downfield.
They are going to call MFL MarMac for running into the kicker. So that's a break for Sumner-Fred. Now, I believe there it was not a personal foul called, and actually, as I say that, they are going to mark it off 15 yards. And you could see the Bulldogs kind of pleading, and I know Blitz Benteen in that area, saying that they got a piece of it. And judging from the way the punt went, it looked like they did, but the official was right there and said, no, that's not the case.
There was an official right on top of that. The one who threw the flag was right there, saw everything go down, says, nope, you didn't touch the ball. So the drive continues here for the Cougars.
So the Cougars get a first down, and the 15-yard penalty brings it to midfield. Huge break in this football game for Sumner-Fred. 3 receivers to the left. Van Sickle bobbles the snap, comes up in the air, picks it up, now busted play. He's being chased by Powell, then wisely runs out of bounds as Powell able to chase him for a loss back at the 44-yard line. 6-yard pickup, and the snap never came clean to the quarterback.
Yeah, great field position here, keeping the drive alive, and a high snap, and Van Sickle luckily to haul that in. But he has to go sideways and get away from the defense. He's going to lose 5 yards on that kick.
Yeah, he's tried to outrun Powell, but realized that's kind of tough to do as Powell was able to chase him down, and he stepped out of bounds. So a loss of 5 yards.
Powell's big, strong, and fast, so he's hard to get away from him.
Second down, 15 yards to go for the Cougars, back at their own 45-yard line. They continue to operate on a pistol. They send it back in motion in Willems, and actually he's going to hand it right side, but he runs right into the Bulldogs. Blitz Benteen, the first one there, as they try to run around right end, stops the play, and that's a no-gainer. It's third down, 15 yards to go now for the Cougars.
And I think they're going to give him a loss of 2 on that because the Bulldogs got him in the backfield. So back the Cougars up a couple more. It's going to be third and real long.
Yeah, so they did not give him the second effort. They had whistled the play dead. So inside 5 minutes left in our first quarter, no score. Cougars looking at third down, now closer to 17 yards to go. They have 2 receivers to the right, and they're going to run the option, and keeping is Van Sickle. Van Sickle back inside Bulldog territory, undercut by Christofferson, then drilled by Blitz Benteen at the 45-yard line. Picked up a good, healthy chunk of that yardage, brings it back inside Bulldog territory to the 44-yard line. It's going to be fourth down, 4 yards to go for Sumner-Fred, and now they have a big decision.
They do. They have a big decision here because they're in Bulldog territory. I think you're a little too close to punt, but maybe a little too far away. They're gonna go for this.
So fourth down, 4 yards to go. Just inside the 45-yard line, Van Sickle brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Willems is at a halfback and goes in motion from right to left, maybe trying to get the Bulldogs to jump off sides. And a long count here. The play clock is down to 5. So from the 44-yard line, they do snap it. They are going to go for it, and they run the football. Right side, it is going to be Jones at the heart of the MFL MarMac defense, but he does not get to the 40-yard line. There's Tristan Kane and a host of Bulldogs up front. They gambled on 4th and 4. They needed 4. They got 3, and MFL MarMac makes the stop defensively.
Yeah, that was a huge stop there. You could see Sumner Fredericksburg was trying to pull them off sides, not able to do that, so they had to run a play, and Bulldogs stuck to their lanes, did their jobs. Nice tackle there, taken over on downs.
So at their own 41-yard line is where MFL MarMac takes over. So after the penalty, which gave the Cougars their first down of the ball game, and they're unable to convert on 4th down. MFL MarMac 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions their previous drive, but they did not score. Sumner-Fred 0 for 1 on their first 4th down attempt. But the Bulldogs still good field position at their own 41-yard line with no score here and a rainy night in Monona. First down, 10 yards to go. Blitz Benteen back under center. He's got Powell and McGew in the backfield. They send Radeloff in motion. McGew, his first carry, right up the gut, across the 45-yard line. Gets out to the 47-yard line, stood up there. His first carry, good enough for 6 yards. And McGew's the grinder in between the tackles for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, 51 carries on the year, 325 yards, and he's put it in the end zone 4 times. But he just pounds it away, and picks up those huge yards right between the tackles.
He is the north and south runner in this offense. You mentioned he's averaging 6 yards a carry. Got 6 yards on first down right there. Second down, 4 yards to go. Bulldogs operate from the middle of the field. They have a receiver in Hansen lined up to the left side. Double wing set this time. Radeloff in motion from right to left. Here's McGew. Hit at the line of scrimmage, and this time does not get away. Tried to go off left side, and number 23 standing him up, Jesse Jones. And it's a loss of probably 2 yards. There is a flag down. behind the line of scrimmage for Sumner-Fred, back where their linebackers would line up.
Yeah, that's a long ways away from where the play actually was, so I'm curious to see what they have here.
And the officials talking at the 45-yard line. One of the officials pointing towards MFL MarMac's way, and judging by the Bulldogs, it looks like they're going back here.
Yeah, I think this is going to be against the Bulldogs.
And it is a personal foul against MFL MarMac. So this is a 15-yard penalty that pushes it back inside the 30-yard line. So something happened after the play is what happened there. And that's going to put MFL MarMac from the 45-yard line back to the 30-yard line. And it's going to be now here second down and quite a ways to go.
Well, and they're talking this over because
after the
if
play?
It was after the play, it should be third down, but
right.
they've got second down up on the marker. So the officials are going to talk this over and figure out what down we're going to play here.
So 3 minutes to go in our first quarter. They're going to keep it at second down, and it's second down and 21 yards to go. So it occurred apparently during the play.
During the play.
All right, 3 to the right for MFL MarMac. McGee is to block for Blitz Bentini. Gets the snap. It's a quarterback draw right side, and Sumner-Fred has it stopped. He won't get back to the 30-yard line. Tried to bring it near side. Number 5, Jamison Howard, able to meet him in the backfield. They had 3 guys ready to make the play. That's a loss of a couple of yards, and it's third down and 23 yards to go now here.
Yeah, they lost a couple of yards on that. Might be closer to 3 yards, and there was just nothing there. There was a host of Cougars there, and they knew exactly where Blitz Bentine was trying to go.
So just short of the 28-yard line, it's third down and 23. At this point, is that Watson? Third down and Watson
third
to go?
and Watson, I think so.
Third down, 23 yards to go. Bulldogs, again, many teams don't do third and long situations well. Double wing set. Powell goes in motion, and they are going to throw the football. Blitz Bentine, it's a screen play to McGee out of the backfield. Catches it, slips. He brings it up the left hash mark across the 35, out to the 40-yard line. Sumner-Fred realized we're going to give up some runs, but they end up getting back to the original line of scrimmage. It's a 13-yard completion, but it's fourth down, 10 yards to go. Sumner-Fred did not allow that to be a big gain, and MFL MarMac looks like they're going to have to punt the football away.
Yeah, able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but not enough, and we're going to have a punt here.
Noah Henderson is back to receive at the 25-yard line. For MFL MarMac, doing their punting charge is Christofferson. He averages around 36 yards a punt. So MFL MarMac has fourth down, 11 yards to go at their own 40-yard line. The rain continuing to fall. I'd still say it's a light rain. And McGee slipped as he caught that ball out of the backfield. Slowed him down somewhat. Here's Christofferson's punt. It's a beauty. And going back is Henderson. Lets it bounce. He'll get it in the air at the 15-yard line. He's pushed back. Henderson brings it right side. He's got a hole at the 30-yard line. Brings it back up the middle. Henderson tripped and fumbles the football at the 45-yard line. And the Bulldogs say they have it. Henderson with a great return of 30-plus yards. But he ran into his own defender who was being pushed back. And it's recovered by MFL MarMac. And it is number 21, McGee, recovering the fumble at the 48-yard line. Huge turnover there created by the Bulldogs.
And that ball came flying out as he hit his own guy, and that ball just popped up in the air, and there was Bulldogs right on top of it right away. Nice recovery there. A great turn of events for the Bulldogs. Disastrous there for the Cougars.
A punt that went 45-plus yards and had a 30-yard return, and MFL MarMac has the ball back on offense. First down, 10 yards to go. They operate from the middle of the field at the 47-yard line. Powell, McGee in the backfield, Radloff in motion, and to throw the football, Blitz Bentine rolls out left side, caught by Powell, left flat out of the backfield, has first down, near it anyway, as he slides inside the 40-yard line, tackled down to the 35-yard line. It's good enough for first down yardage. Just a little flare to the left side.
Yeah, just a little, just in the flats there, and Powell had made him one guy miss. Nice spin move to make him miss, and able to pick up that first down.
Inside 1 minute left in our first quarter. No score. Bulldogs here down to the 36-yard line. They had a drive early in the quarter, break down outside of the 30. Blitz Bentine, and instead of going under center, he backs away and goes into pistol formation. They've got 3 guys to the right, and they are going to run the football right side. Powell trying to get to the corner. 35-yard line, fumbles the football. He's carrying in his left hand, and he fumbles the football. Again, he's got the cast on the right. He was hit at the 40-yard line, and it slides out of there, and Sumner-Fred has the turnover.
Yeah, just not able to secure that, and he was running out of real estate. trying to get past a defender, pushing him away, stepping back, pushing away, and just losing his footing there. That ball just kind of came flying
I
out.
believe Tatum Nuss, number 7, may have recovered that fumble for Sumner-Fred. So we exchange turnovers, and the Cougars get it back at their own 39-yard line.
And that's luck for the Cougars there, because MFL MarMac was playing pretty inspired there. They get a second chance here for their second possession.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Van Sickle is under center. Toss play right side to Henderson, trying to get to the edge, and there is just no chance. As that quickly closed down by Tristan Kane, the first Bulldog there. And I would say he's maybe back to the line of scrimmage if he's fortunate. But do we have a flag down?
I think we have a flag because they stopped the clock.
It's a holding penalty against Sumner-Fred. So a holding penalty against the Cougars as our rain falls a little harder. And MFL MarMac, no gain on the play, will likely here push him back another 10 yards inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to take this penalty and back him up. They're going to trust their defense out here. There was a loss of 1 on that, but they're going to push him back.
Getting back to the Powell turnover, he was carrying the ball in his left hand, which, again, is where the defender was coming from. That helped cause things. Not carrying in the right hand with that bad thumb.
Right, not able to put it in that right hand because of that thumb, so carrying it out there where the defender's coming from and popped it right out.
First down, 21 for Sumner-Fred. And they go back to running the football. Quick dive play up the middle with Henderson. He picks up a yard. That's about it up the front. And the opening quarter comes to an end. We've played 1. Sumner-Fred and MFL MarMac scoreless in this Class 1A District 3 showdown. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
Veterans Memorial Hospital walk-on welcomes Dr. Christina Thompson to the medical staff, providing podiatry care to all of Northeast Iowa. Dr. Thompson collaborates closely with your primary care provider to help you reach your goals, providing full-scope foot and ankle care as well as minor surgical procedures. She is also a wound care specialist and diabetes educator. To make an appointment with Dr. Thompson, please call the Veterans Memorial Hospital Surgical Coordinator at 563-568-3411.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency, Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop Farm, and Life, Smitty's Oil and Tire in Monona, Garden View Place in Monona, Vorwald Enterprises, Inc. in Monona, Conoco Floor Covering in Monona, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. And Furniture Showcase in Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments. We've played 1 quarter. It is no score here in Monona. An update, our first score of the night. Lone Tree leads Edco at the end of 1, 10-0. We start the second quarter here. It's second down, 19 yards to go. Cougars find themselves behind the sticks.
They are. They're behind the sticks here, and I think the rain is a little more conducive to running the ball than throwing the ball. I think both of the teams are figuring that out real fast.
2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left on second down. 19 yards to go as we begin the second quarter. And Van Sickle rolling out to the left. He's being chased by McElwain and now flips it out into the flat. It is caught out of the backfield, and that is number 9. And again, that is Willems. Willems brings it down the far sideline inside the 40. Brings it down to near the 35-yard line. Great dish out of there by Van Sickle, being chased by McElwain, and just sliding out into the left flat was Willems, and nobody picked him up out of the backfield.
Yeah, it was just kind of a last minute, I'm going to get rid of this thing, and nobody had picked up the back, and he had a nice green path in front of him. Did a nice job of picking up the first down.
So it's now first down, 10 yards to go to the 38-yard line for Sumner-Fred. So the Cougars inside Bulldog territory, now back-to-back drives. And on first down, 10 yards to go, they line up with Willems in one back spot, and now they're going to run it, but hit in the backfield is Henderson, and he'll lose yardage at the 40-yard line. They tried to run a counter play to the inside, and MFL MarMac with Radloff in run support up there. Also McElwain making the play. They're going to lose a couple of yards trying to run at the heart of the MFL MarMac defense.
Well, and the Cougars have had a hard time getting anything going on the ground. You know, they had a couple nice pass plays here, but that ground game has not always been the strongest for them, especially given in these conditions.
So second down, 12 yards to go for the Cougars, right back at the 40-yard line. They operate from the middle of the field. Double wing set here. And on second down and 12 yards to go, they're going to run the option, and keeping it there, I believe, is the quarterback Van Sickle. And if he did get it handed off, it was in a swarm, and Van Sickle kept the football. It was a read option to the right. But MFL MarMac again up front. puts a kibosh to it. Number 54, Braden Gordon among the Bulldogs, stopping the Cougars up front. It's 3rd and 12 now.
Well, and if he was going to try to pitch that, it wasn't happening because there was Bulldogs on top of him right at the line of scrimmage. There's no gain there, and MFL MarMac's got him behind the sticks once again.
It almost looked like it was more of a read option, but he decided to keep it. It was a good decision. 3rd down, 12 yards to go. The ball would have been fumbled had he gotten rid of it. So 3rd and long, back to pistol now is Van Sickle. They send it back in motion. Van Sickle, right side. It is caught and hit immediately as Henderson in the right flat. Right at the numbers, chased down by Powell. It's a gain of a yard. 4th down, 11 yards to go. He slid to the right side, and the Bulldogs an outstanding defensive series after that big play.
Well, and what's impressive is how fast Powell, playing that middle linebacker position, closed out on that screen play and blew that up, and I don't think Henderson thought anyone was near him.
4th and 11, and it appears that Sumner-Fred is going to go for it here at the 39-yard line. So on 4th down, double wing set, you have a long count from the quarterback Van Sickle. They did go for it in a similar situation in the first quarter. Here's the snap. They're going for it. Van Sickle looking down the right sideline in the pass. Caught by Nuss. Nuss on 4th and 11 brings it down to the 10-yard line, and it's 1st and goal. They had one-on-one coverage. Nuss got a step by Radeloff. Brings it inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Cougars to the 8.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch and catch there, and Nuss just kind of outran the coverage there. A huge gain, getting from the 39 down to the 8-yard line.
So the Cougars go aggressive, and Van Sickle hit Nuss in stride. He laid that out perfectly.
He did. That was a beautiful pass.
1st down and goal for the Cougars. 9 minutes is what we approach in this first half. They're threatening to take the lead. They toss it right side to Henderson. Hit at the 10-yard line. It was a toss play, and it was well defensed. Henderson went in motion. He'll lose a yard back to the 9-yard line. McGee, blitz Benteen among the Bulldogs in pursuit. It's a loss of a yard, and it's 2nd and 9.
Well, there's that pass game we talked about that they're so effective with and able to hook up there with Nuss. Right back to the ground game, and MFL MarMac able to stop the ground game once again of the Cougars.
Yeah, the Cougars just having no luck running the football right now. So it's 2nd down and goal, probably closer to the 8-yard line yet. They have receivers left and right. Van Sickle brings him up under center. Jones is behind him at a fullback spot. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Van Sickle on this play is going to roll out to the left, and he's hit in the backfield and chased down by Kane from behind at the 16-yard line. Tristan Kane busts through on the left side. Van Sickle never got a chance to roll out. They'll lose 8 yards back to the 16-yard line. 3rd and goal from back there.
Well, and Van Sickle was trying to roll out to his left. Didn't know anybody was behind him, but that was quickness by Tristan Kane there to get him in the backfield, and that's a huge loss. That puts him back there at the 12-yard line. That's a 4-yard loss.
Well, it's back at the 16-yard line, and the scoreboard now corrects it.
Okay.
So it's 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. And Sumner-Fred going back, and here's the snap over the head of Van Sickle, but he's able to fall down on it, but it's back at the 29-yard line. They had 1st and goal from the 8, and that had a weather written all over it. Weather factor into that snap as it slid through the hands of the quarterback. They'll lose yardage back to the 29-yard line, where it's 4th and goal from there now.
Yeah, 4th and goal from the 29, and I think in these conditions, I don't know how you can try to attempt a field goal, so they're going to have to try to go for this, and they're going to have to get a touchdown.
You just throw it into the end zone, don't you? That's the best you're going to do.
I think so.
And Sumner-Fred's going to take a timeout. 4th and goal from the 29-yard line. Back with the play. Right after this, timeout Cougars. No score here in Monona. Hey, sports fans, take a time out and call Garms Financial Services. Their team of agents can show you how to save money on all your insurance needs with Grinnell Mutual. Whether you need auto, home, farm, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services has you covered. You'll also receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Call Brian Bugenhagen, Cheryl Wagner, Emily Bazin, or Kayla Olson today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
No score here in the second quarter. 7.5 left before the half. It is 4th down and goal to the 29-yard line. If it was 4th and Watson before, it is 4th and Waterville here. So for Sumner-Fred, they take a timeout. And this is a case there. You throw it to the end zone, or maybe you run a hook and ladder, something like that. They have two receivers to the left, a receiver to the right. After having first and goal at the 8-yard line, they have been pushed back. So here's your fourth down play. Van Sickle out of pistol, and he's looking to throw the football. He's being rushed. It's a screen play caught by Henderson. Henderson goes inside the 20. He's back inside the 10. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Brings it near side and goes in for the score. Are you kidding me? A screen play to the right side. And on 4th and 29, the Cougars convert, and they strike first, leading 6-0.
And that was just a defender sliding off, make a move, and all of a sudden he finds himself in the end zone, and what you thought was 4th and forever turns into points for the Cougars.
And MFL MarMac had to be thinking, we're going to give up everything underneath, but a great job running by number 21 in Noah Henderson to slip a couple of tackles, and he was able to go in for the score. So here is your PAT by Willems. Willems is 8 of 9 PAT-wise. Van Sickle to hold. The spot is up. The kick never got above the line. It's deflected out of there, and the conversion fails. 7:19 left in the opening act. Again, striking first is Sumner-Fred. They lead 6-0. Let's take this break.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk-On.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Ashbecker Building Supplies in Rossville, M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Innovative Egg Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Sincerely Yours Interiors by K in Monona, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual Agent in Monona, Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, and Arlington, member FDIC, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, and by Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg. Welcome back to Monona. Sumner-Fred, 29-yard pass play on 4th and 29. The conversion fails. Henderson the touchdown. Van Sickle the toss. And it is 6-0. Sumner-Fred strikes first. Willems to launch it away from the 40-yard line. It is a high kick. Powell catches it near side at the 10-yard line. He'll try to bring it up the right hash mark. Gets out to the 25-yard line. Turns the corner at the 35-yard line. And they'll stack him up short of the 35-yard line where it's first down, 10 yards to go. Let's update you on a couple of scores. North Cedar leads Starmont 8-7 at the end of one. And at the end of the first quarter, Maquoketa Valley leads Clayton Ridge 30-0 at the end of one. We'll continue to keep you up to date. Expect to get a central update in just a bit. And also North Fayette Valley and Osage are starting at 7:30 tonight. Those are among the games we'll continue to update you on as well, including Bellevue and Postville. Meanwhile, first down, 10 yards to go, and MFL MarMac finds themselves down 6-0 with 7:08 left here in our half.
Well, and you talk about field position. This is their worst field position on their own 33. Haven't been able to capitalize on the good field position thus far.
First down, 10 yards to go. Double wing set. McGee is in the backfield. Blitz Benteen has him under center. Paul goes in motion, and they'll hand it up the middle with McGee, and he fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Sumner-Fred. They never exchanged it cleanly, and the ball picked up by the Cougars. Number 22 picks it up for Sumner-Fred in Reese Land. It is the second turnover for MFL MarMac, and the Cougars have 1st and 10 inside the Bulldog 30.
Yeah, Cougars are in business here. What a turn of fortunes for them. They get the score on 4th and long. They get the turnover, and now they're knocking on the door once again inside the 30 of MFL MarMac.
So Sumner-Fred got a big play on 4th and goal from the 29. Now they get a big turnover and a chance to add to a 6-0 lead. First down, 10 yards to go. This is the start that Sumner-Fred was hoping for in this first half. They run the football with Willems. Left side, tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls ahead. Inside the 30, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. The running game just has not been there as McElwain among the Bulldogs making the play. And it's second down, maybe 9 yards to go.
Well, and you're putting a lot of pressure now on the Bulldog defense here. And I think they're up to the challenge, but they have to get a stop here. They can't let Sumner-Fred go up 2 scores when they haven't been able to punch it in quite yet.
And the exchange, probably weather-related.
Probably.
Slick football there on a fullback dive up the middle. So second down, 9 yards to go. And now back under center is Van Sickle. Willems slips, but he goes in motion, gets the handoff, toss play left side, force back inside, and again, there's just nothing there. McElwain, almost the same spot they met on the last play, meets him at the 30-yard line, maybe back to the 28-yard line, and it's 3rd and long for Sumner-Fred halfway through a fast-moving second quarter.
Yeah, that running game has just been stifled by this Bulldog defense. They have to go back to that passing game, but it's been working. I know it's difficult conditions, but if it's working, they got to stick with something that's going to move this ball.
3rd down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the left, a receiver to the right. And now you have switching in the backfield, Henderson along with Jones. Jones goes to a wingback spot. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Van Sickle rolling out to the left, runs the option, but he's hit, and the ball nearly stripped out of there. But he was hit right away in the backfield, and I think that was Tristan Kane. It was. Tristan Kane met him on the backfield as they tried to run the option left side, but a good job by the quarterback, Van Sickle. He couldn't pitch it, but at least hung on to it, even though he's going to lose 3 yards.
Yeah, he was looking to get rid of that thing, and I think his arms were tied down, and it turned into self-preservation. I got to hold on to this ball and not fumble it.
Now it's 4th and 14. So Sumner-Fred, after the turnover, going back. They converted a 4th and 29 last time. What do they come up with here on 4th down, 14 yards to go? 2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left. Van Sickle to throw the football. Looking one-on-one for Nuss, and that pass is knocked away by Radeloff. Radeloff was in front of him. Good job. The ball a bit underthrown. Nuss actually had to play defender, reaching over top in between the numbers at the 20 and the 10-yard line right side. Deflected it away. Bulldogs get the ball back. Stoppage on downs.
Yeah, that was a nice play there by number 27, Radloff, to knock that ball away. Little underthrown. I'm sure that has to do with conditions, and Van Sickle not able to get his hands on that ball the way he wants.
All right, another score at the end of the first quarter. Central leads Waterloo Christian 7-0. We'll continue to keep you up to date. MFL MarMac getting a big stop on 4th down.
Yeah, they're going to take over here. They want to get something going offensively. They got to move the ball, and they're going to start on the ground.
2 receivers to the left, split backs in the backfield. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Blitz Benteen under center, and he's going to roll out to the right. Throws it away as he was looking down the field, and that boot was well defensed. Jamison Howard was one-on-one with Blitz Benteen, and he realized the play was going to be broken up there, and Blitz Benteen just dumped it away out of bounds, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nothing happened in there, nothing developing, and Blitz Benteen, I'll toss it away. Live to fight another day here. We'll go 2nd down.
So 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Inside 5 minutes left in the half. Bulldogs haven't been inside the 30-yard line yet in this ballgame. They've been inside Sumner-Fred territory 3 times, but not inside the 30. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. They operate at their own 33-yard line here. And on 1st and 10, they run it left side. And carrying the football there is, I believe, McGee. McGee left side across the 35-yard line. It was not McGee on the carry.
I think it was
Powell.
actually
Powell. And Powell gets to the 35-yard line, picks up 4 yards. Powell was lined up at a wingback spot, brought it left side, had that ball secured. Paul, who wears the number 0, but you can see now that the field, especially between the 30 and 40-yard line where MFL MarMac is working in, you can see now that the weather, it's starting to be a little torn up there in the 35-yard line. And
well, yeah, Powell's number you can't see. It's covered in mud, so it's getting a little tore up. They've been working hard between the 30s.
So 3rd down and a long ways to go for MFL MarMac. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Blitz Benteen. It's a slant play. It is caught by Christofferson. 40-yard line. He's able to push ahead. 2nd effort by Christofferson gives him 1st down to the 43-yard line. Just a quick in pattern on the right side, but Blitz Benteen hit Christofferson in stride. That allowed him to go forward for 1st down.
Yeah, nice little slant play there. Able to get him, and falling forward was Christofferson. That's huge because that helped them pick up that 1st down, move the sticks, get a drive started.
We are inside 4 minutes in our second quarter. So it's 1st down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs trail 6-0. A receiver to the right. Into the backfield, Powell and McGee. McGee gets the handoff right side, 45-yard line, trying to bounce to the outside, not able to get much. As he gets to the 46-yard line, picked up 2. Number 55 for Sumner-Fred, Jordan Cannon, making the play off the left side. And if that's 55, that is a young freshman for Sumner-Fred, and it may have been 65, and it was 65. Hunter Jurgensen, who looks more like the player, making that stop. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, well, the numbers are going to get harder and harder to see. Sumner-Fred, you can start seeing some of their numbers, some of their pants getting pretty muddy.
So 2nd down, 9 yards to go. 3 minutes left here in our first quarter. And on 2nd down and 9, Blitz Benteen. They run it back to McGee. McGee draw play, maybe to the 48-yard line. Not much, only a couple of yards. And again, McGee had to kind of pick his way through the line. It's 3rd down, 5 yards to go. As Sumner-Fred getting a little more stout in between the tackles.
Yeah, they are. They know MFL MarMac wants to establish that run, and they're bringing a couple extra guys up, just kind of single coverage on the receivers, but able to slow down this offense yet. MFL MarMac wants to sustain this drive.
3rd down, 6 yards to go, just short of midfield. And on 3rd and 6, blitz Benteen under center. In motion is Radloff. He'll get the handoff on the jet sweep, trying to get to the corner, and there's no chance. It is shut down quickly. Number 9, Willems making the stop. He's going to lose 2 yards as they ran that jet sweep around right side. It is 4th down, 8 yards to go. We go down to the 2-minute mark here in our first half, and the Bulldogs going to have to punt the football away.
Yeah, they're going to line up to punt this away, and they just have not been able to sustain any drives. They picked up a first down here or there, but nothing continuous. And they're lined up in punt formation. They got to kick this back to the Cougars again.
Noah Henderson is back to receive. The play clock is at 10. Christofferson to launch it away. Henderson, who fumbled his last return, stands back at the 20-yard line. And here is Christofferson getting the snap, gets the kick out of there, and Henderson's going to have a chance. He lets it bounce right back to him at the 12-yard line. He's hit at the 12, bounces outside to the 15-yard line, gets to the corner. He's to the 30-yard line on the near side. Across the 40-yard line, brought down at the 45-yard line by the punter, Christofferson. He got by the first line there. Henderson able to slide off a tackle in a great return. The Cougars take over with 92 seconds left in the half at their own 45-yard line, leading 6-0.
Well, and I think this is the best case scenario given the conditions is Sumner-Fred got the ball back. They've got a lead. They've got a chance to maybe extend that lead, and they're putting MFL's defense on the field once again.
1st down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars. They still have 2 timeouts to use, so they have plenty of time. 3 receivers to the left, a single receiver near side. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Van Sickle to throw the football. He's got time, looking right side, and that pass is overshot as he was looking outside the left hash mark intended for Willems. He was overshot, incomplete. Christofferson in on the coverage for MFL MarMac. Coming up at the half, we'll talk with MFL MarMac principal Larry Meyer. He'll be our halftime guest. We had the opportunity to talk with him yesterday. He was busy with homecoming today. I wasn't at work this morning, so the interview was recorded late yesterday afternoon, and he'll get us caught up to date on what all happened throughout the week.
All the homecoming activities this week.
They'll do the crowning of the queen at halftime. Bryce Radloff was your homecoming king. Meanwhile, Sumner-Fred trying to spoil it. They lead 6-0. They run the football right side and unable to get to the edge. Number 21 in Henderson, who's hit by Tristan Kane, who's been involved in a ton of tackles. It's only a gain of a yard. It's 3rd down, 9 yards to go as we now approach the 1-minute mark here in our first half.
Well, and like I said, if you're Sumner Fredericksburg, best case scenario for you right now, maybe you run out the clock and you're not able to score. But if you can punch this in and go up by 2 scores, given the conditions, that really puts MFL MarMac in a hole.
Sumner-Fred gets the ball to start the second half. Remember that.
They do.
So 3rd down, 9 yards to go. The Cougars just content here to let things kind of wind down. If they break a big play, that changes the thinking, but it's 3rd and 9 now at their own 46-yard line. They run the football left side with Willems. Willems steps back across the 50-yard line over the middle, gets to the 45-yard line, and he's got first down. Willems running hard inside the 45-yard line. Looked like he wasn't going to get there, but a great effort. 35 seconds to go in the half, and now Sumner-Fred uses that timeout. Now you change your thinking.
Yeah, now you got a change of philosophy here. You got that first down. Let's take the timeout. Let's figure out what we want to do here. Try to get this into the end zone, or at least get close to it. Give yourself a chance.
You thought maybe after MFL MarMac got the stop that maybe the Bulldogs would start to use a timeout there. But after that 3rd and 9 completion, you understand that even though 30 seconds went off, it has at least limited Sumner-Fred now here because of that additional 30 seconds running off.
Yeah, they kind of, it's a give and take there. Do we run some clock and see what happens? If you do it, you got to use the timeouts. But I think this is all in Sumner-Fredericksburg's favor right now, forcing MFL MarMac to continue to play defense.
Remember, in high school, you get a first down by the sticks, the clock stops. So that was what Sumner-Fred. They still have a timeout to work with. 35 seconds left in our first half. They lead 6-0. They scored their touchdown on a 4th and 29 play. So on a rainy night, the Cougars here, and much of this second quarter has been on the Cougars side of the field heading towards MFL MarMac way.
It has. They've been playing on MFL's side of the ball heading towards their own end zone, and they find themselves in that same situation again.
So 1st down, 10 yards to go, double wing set. Van Sickle is under center, but he's going to throw the football, and he's hit by Kane, and he's going to take a loss back inside the 45-yard line, down to the 42-yard line. Tristan Kane with his second sack of the half, pushing the Cougars all the way back inside their own territory to the 42-yard line. That is a loss of 14, and now it appears the Cougars will be content to just go to the half.
Yeah, I think they're going to let this clock run out, and I don't think MFL MarMac's going to take any of their timeouts here. They're just going to let this clock run out.
So we have played one half of football on homecoming night in Monona. It is Sumner-Fred leading MFL MarMac at the half on a score there by the score of 6-0 on a rainy night here in Monona. When we return, our halftime interview, we'll be joined by MFL MarMac principal Larry Meyer. That and our first half stats and scores from across the area all coming up. You're listening to Bulldog Football from KCTN Sports.
Your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative is asking members to do the summer shift. No, it's not a dance. Simply reduce your electricity use between the hours of 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. on weekdays. That's when power costs the most. So turn up the thermostat, delay the dishwasher, shift the start of laundry, and you can help keep the electricity rates affordable. This summer savings message is brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Alameda Clayton, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, the Luena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. Our halftime guest tonight here at the MFL MarMac football game, we're joined by MFL MarMac principal Larry Meyer. It's been a busy homecoming week, Larry. Can you give us a recap of what's kind of happened so far?
Well, I sure can, Daniel. First of all, I wanted to say thank you. I was talking with our wrestling coach here today a little bit and earlier, and before we get into what's going on this week, it's been a super week so far. It's been really good, but I just wanted to thank you, and you've had numerous partners in what you do. We talked about how lucky we are. I knew I was going to visit with you a little bit, and we both were honestly, all of Northeast Iowa has been very fortunate to have you broadcast games, whether it's baseball, basketball, football. You have been a staple for all of Northeast Iowa, and we appreciate that more than you can possibly know.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. Schools in the area are also feel the same way. So, thank you. And yeah, I can get into. We've had a busy week already. We started Sunday afternoon. We had Ironman and, of course, Powder Puff football. It was time for the girls to put on their belts and play a little bit of flag football. and the boys got to play volleyball. I think we started at about 5 o'clock, and I think we wrapped up at about 8 o'clock that evening.
Yeah, so
And
a good way to
then
kick off the week.
It's a good way to kick off the week. And then following the Iron Man and the Powder Puff, we announced the King and Queen candidates. And the King candidates are Bryce Radloff, Sawyer Keener, Wyatt Powell, Abe Hansen, and Cade McElwain. Our Queen candidates, as they were announced Sunday, were Hannah Bogdanovich, Ella Corlett, Claire Grau, Michaela Morrissey, and Caitlin Pika.
All
right. We introduced the court Sunday, and then everybody gets home, and then we start the week.
Yeah, take us through the week.
Okay, Monday morning, we spent a couple hours. We ran what's called our 2-hour delay schedule, and we let the kids decorate the hallways, each of their respective hallways, and they had floats out at the shop. So kids in the classes were either decorating in the hallways or decorating their floats. It was dress-up day. On Monday was Celebrity Day, and we've had a lot of participation with that stuff. So we kind of put the building in festive mode right away Monday morning, and then had kids going to class. Then the rest of the day, I do have to say our kids have been amazing.
Great.
I'm super proud of all of them. They're just a great group of kids this year again. And then we went on to Tuesday. Was more of a normal day around here. We had all full classes, and the dress-up day was dressed like your favorite decade. So I didn't have my bell-bottoms. I couldn't pull out my bell-bottoms out of the 60s. I got rid of those a long time ago.
I was thinking 70s.
Well, there too, yeah. And it was interesting because we had, for those people, the rock and rollers out there, we had a board meeting Monday night as well. And a man by the name of Dan DeSoto came to the board meeting, and he let us know that it was 50 years ago this week that the Grassroots rock band had come to Monona and played in our gym 50 years ago. And it was kind of funny because I was able to raise my hand and say, you know what, I was at that concert. So that aged me a little bit, but
yeah, that's
kind
interesting.
Of fit right in with the week.
Yeah,
and
with the festive
and
mood and
everything.
stuff. Sure.
Yep.
What else took place?
Was awesome. Wednesday, the pork producers. We'd like to thank the Wickner family for coming to the school, and they grilled countless pork burgers for 274 students, and everybody got to have at least a couple of them. So they served lunch for us, and our student council served milkshakes throughout the day. And then we ran a 3-hour early out schedule, and from 12:30 until 2:25, we had games in the gym, and then we had a dodgeball tournament in the gym. And once again, everything went super smooth. It was all good. Our student council has done an awesome job, and the kids have done, like I said earlier, our kids have been amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Today, again, we have pretty much a normal schedule as far as classes are going. We did have our homecoming court did a good thing today. They got dressed up, and they went over to Garden View, and they spent some time just visiting with some of the people at Garden View. They came back with some good stories about talking with the people there, and I think that was good on both parties. It was just a good thing for those guys to do. They've also, the court has gone down to the elementary, and they've had lunch with the elementary kids and just kind of bonded with those kids. So
yeah, doing some good things.
They're doing some really good things. That community relation piece, that's what they're doing. But we've got a great group of kids on that homecoming court. Let me tell you what.
Good.
And now tomorrow,
which is Friday, of course.
Tomorrow is game day, and it's football time. And we'll start out. We'll have the student council will have Bulldog breakfast in the morning from 8 to 8:30. They get tons of Casey's pizzas, the breakfast pizzas, so we're going to fill their bellies in the morning. We'll get that taken care of, and then we will vote for the king and queen out of the court. Then at 1:30, we'll have shortened classes. At 1:30, we'll get everybody out, and everybody will line up for the parade. And then after the parade, we will come back here and have a pep rally. And after that, then it'll be time to get the football players into the locker room and get ready to roll. So we got a test on our hands tomorrow night with Sumner-Fredericksburg. They've done some nice things, and Coach Coyle, a former student of mine at Coca Valley, so I'll have a little reunion with him before the game, I'm sure, and just remind him not to come up here and think that he's going to beat us or anything like that. But it'll be good to see him.
Yeah. So then
he's doing a super nice job.
So the king is done Friday afternoon, following the parade, and then the queen at halftime, right?
Exactly. Yep. Our king will be crowned at the pep rally tomorrow after the parade, and then our queen will be crowned at the football game at halftime tomorrow night.
And then, of course, the dance Saturday night yet, right?
Oh, yeah, you got to have the dance. Dance will be Saturday evening from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and that'll wrap up the week.
All right, so I appreciate you taking time to talk to us here at the half, Larry, and we'll be passing along the king and queen here right after this, all right?
Sounds wonderful.
Thanks again for your time and all the kind words as well. We appreciate it.
Okay, Daniel.
MFL MarMac Principal Larry Meyer, our halftime guest tonight here in Monona. And thanks again for Coach Meyer for joining us. They just did the crowning of the queen. We mentioned earlier Bryce Radeloff is your homecoming king, and your homecoming queen in MFL MarMac is Claire Grau. They just did that here at the half. We'll take a break. When we return, first half stats. We'll update you on scores from across the area. The halftime show continues after this.
Hi, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet of Monona. I want to take a moment to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of our incredible customers and the amazing local athletes who have shown us unwavering support over the years. Just like you, we're all about the winning edge. That's why it's our goal for our customers to feel like they have scored big when they leave our dealership. Stop by today or visit us online at birdnowmonona.com. And remember, you have to get to our place. You'll love the way we treat you.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
While out and about, don't find yourself stuck at the side of the road. At Edgewood Auto and Tire, our trained technicians work on all autos, trucks, semis, and heavy duties. We offer premier alignment service and DOT inspections and carry all major lines of tires. Call or ask about our current tire rebates. If you're in a bind and need a tow, give Edgewood Auto and Tire a call at 563-928-7333. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We offer a mobile tire repair service to get you back up and going, either on your farm or on the road.
Wilkie's in Elkader is Iowa's oldest family-owned grocery store. You'll find Wilkie's 2 blocks south of the Keystone Bridge in historic downtown Elkader. Stop in and enroll for a Wilkie's reward card and receive points every time you shop. Then log on to their website at wilkiesgrocery.com to view the weekly specials, check out your reward points, make out a shopping list, and more. Wilkie's in Elkader, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m.
It's September, and Scooter's Coffee in Manchester has a deal for you. During the entire month of September, enjoy a brewed coffee in any size for free on them. Scooter's Coffee offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Download the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Scooter's Coffee in Manchester, open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, the Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. At the half, it is Sumner-Fred leading MFL MarMac 6-0. Let's update you on other scores quickly. Central leads Waterloo Christian at the half 7-0. Lone Tree leading Edco in the second quarter 10-0. Maquoketa Valley leads Clayton Ridge 50-0 at the half. Bellevue leads Postville in the second quarter 22-0. Starmont leads North Cedar in the second quarter 14-8. And North Fayette Valley leads Osage in the first quarter by a score of 7-0. We'll continue to keep you up to date. For Sumner-Fred, a 4th and 29 pass. Van Sickle to Henderson on a screenplay gave them the only points in the first half. They lead 6-0. Let's go to the total, starting with Sumner-Fred.
Sumner-Fred has 17 carries on the ground for negative 21 yards. It has not been a positive thing for them tonight. But Van Sickle in the air is 5 for 8 for 94 yards. He's hit Willems twice for 33 yards, Henderson twice for 30, including that touchdown. Nuss, he's hit once for 31 yards. So they've got 73 yards of offense, but more importantly, 6 points up on the board.
For MFL MarMac now.
MFL MarMac's carried it 17 times for 33 yards. Nobody over 10 yards. Blitz Benteen has 4 completions for 36 yards, twice to Christofferson, once to Powell, once to McGew.
So both these teams have done what they wanted to do. Take away the run in the ball game, but Sumner-Fred had that big pass play, and there's your difference.
Yeah, that big pass play and able to get some passing for some positive offense has been the key for them.
And again, Sumner-Fred gets the ball. We're not going to put 3 minutes on the clock. We went 15 minutes at the half, and we're starting.
We're ready to roll.
So to launch it away again is Radeloff. Back deep to receive. That is Willems at the, actually Nuss bobbles it at the 5-yard line. Brings it up the middle, gets out to the 25-yard line. Race tackled there by Christofferson. It is a 20-yard return. First down, 10 yards to go for Sumner-Fred, leading 6-0 at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, and the weather conditions up here, still not great, but they have improved as far as the rain goes. The ball's still a little slippery, but much better on the rain.
Yeah, the rain has let up a little bit here, but it's been a factor for both these teams. First down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars at their own 25-yard line. Double wing set, running out of pistol formation is Van Sickle. And going in motion initially was Howard, but he'll now go back to a wing back spot. So they look to the sideline for the play call. First down and 10 yards to go. And here is the snap back, and they're going to run it up the middle. And hit in the backfield again. Carrying the football is number 21, Henderson. Just nothing there. He's going to lose a yard. McElwain, Kane, who lost his helmet, will have to check out of the ball game momentarily. It's no gain, we'll call it. Second down, 10 yards to go. Just been tough to run up against this front for MFL MarMac.
It has, and the only positive yards they've had tonight is Jackson Willems has 8 yards of offense on the ground, and Jones has 3. Other than that, it's been tough running all night long.
So second down, 10 yards to go. Kane had to check out to get that helmet fitted back on the sideline. So second down, 3 receivers to the right. Second down, 10 yards to go. Van Sickle to throw the football. Right side, it is caught. That's the right flat at the 25-yard line. A quick out to the right side. Maybe a 5-yard pickup. Christofferson in on the tackle along with McGew in that area. Only a pickup of about 3 as a quick hitter to the right side brings up 3rd and long for Sumner-Fred.
And it looks like that was Jamison Howard on the reception there on that little out to the flat.
So Howard, number 5 with the reception, but it's a 3rd down and 7 situation right now for Sumner-Fred. 3 receivers to the left. MFL MarMac trying to force a 3 and out on this first series. In the backfield is once again Henderson, and here's the snap that is bobbled through the hands of the quarterback Van Sickle. It's a busted play, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 20-yard line. It was a high snap, but it slipped right up through his hands, went up in the air. He was able to haul onto it. Second time we've seen that happen, but both times a great job by Van Sickle to not lose possession of the ball. They lose yardage, but at least save the possession. It's 4th and 15.
And that's the positive you want to talk about. Quarterback having enough whereabouts to at least haul the ball back in, trying to make something out of it, but not losing the possession.
So Henderson will stand back at his 10-yard line to launch it away. Radeloff is short of the 45-yard line in his own territory. So the Bulldogs figure to get good field position here. Here's the snapback, and it is a high punt. It is short. It is away from Radeloff, and he angled it towards the far sideline, and that ball will go out of bounds inside the 45, down to the 41-yard line is where it's marked down. So a punt that ends up going a little more than than 20 yards. And the Bulldogs take over inside Sumner-Fred territory, trailing 6-0, 2 minutes into our third.
Well, and after that halftime discussion, I'm sure with Coach Anderson, the Bulldogs are going to come out here, and they're going to fire off that ball and try to establish the run.
That was a great defensive series for MFL MarMac, that first series. First down, 10 yards to go. But the Bulldogs have been held in check, unable to run the football. What can they do here? First down, 10 yards to go. Receiver to the left. They operate from the left hash mark. From the 42-yard line, on 1st and 10, Blitz Benteen runs it left side, and they actually fake it. They go up the middle to McGee. They faked it to the wingback in motion. McGee brings it inside the 40, maybe to the 39-yard line, picks up 3, and it's second down, 7 yards to go. Sumner-Fred has just decided we're going to sell out and stop the run.
They have. They've put so many guys up in the box, and they're just piling it on there, trying to stop the run, forcing MFL MarMac out of their comfort zone, make them throw the ball a little bit. Tough to do in these conditions, even though the rain has let up here a little bit, but it's still wet conditions out there.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Light rain continuing to fall. Back out of pistol formation now is Blitz Benteen. It's a bad snap. He's able to pick it up. Throws it right side. The pass by McGee slips off his hands on the near side at the 45-yard line, 35-yard line. In between the 40 and 30 numbers, McGee was open as he just ran it quick out to the right side, but again, slipped right off the hands. It's third down, 7 yards to go.
And you can see that on that play, the snap that came back, little low, ball's probably wet, little tough to get that pass out there. McGee not able to haul that in, so all those things are playing a factor into what they can do offensively.
That looked like a weather-related play there, so third down, 7 yards to go. Bulldogs at the 40-yard line. Third down, Blitz Benteen goes back under center. At a wingback spot there is Radloff on the right side. And they're going to run the option play. Blitz Benteen tucks it, keeps it himself. Right side inside the 35-yard line, very near a first down on the read option to the right side. He brings it down to the 32-yard line. I think they're going to give him first down on that.
Oh, I think so. I think he picks that up, no problem. He's falling forward and carrying that ball. That's
and that was more of a speed option to the right that time. And Blitz Benteen so decisive that he was going to run at that time.
Yeah, he sold out on that. He wasn't going to pitch it. He was running that the whole way.
So 3 minutes into our third quarter, MFL MarMac converts on 3rd and long. It was 3rd and 7. 1st and 10 down to the 32-yard line. This is the muddy part of the field here tonight in Monona, between the 40 and 20-yard lines going towards MFL MarMac's goal. So on first down, 10 yards to go, and Blitz Benteen runs it. It's a draw play with McGee. McGee off left side, maybe a yard or two to the 29-yard line. Stood up very well up front by Sumner-Fred. They faked the toss play left side, tried to run it off the left side of the Sumner-Fred line, and only a pickup of about 2. Maybe they'll give him 3.
Yeah, they might give him 3 on that, but hard running. We talked about how that was getting tore up, and a lot of time has been spent between about the 25 and 35 on this end of the field. It's all mud right now.
Scoreboard made it 2nd and 6. So great job by McGee getting more yardage than what it initially looked like. So second down, 6 yards to go. Blitz Benteen on second down is going to run the option right side. He keeps it himself, trying to get to the corner, and he does. 20-yard line. He's down inside the 10. One man to beat. Down to the 5. Fumbles the football, and it goes out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. It did not go out of bounds in the end zone, which would have given Sumner-Fred the ball. The officials are going to talk. The ball was fumbled out of bounds at the 1-inch line, it looks like. Our officials are talking. Remember, if this goes out of bounds into the end zone, the ball goes to Sumner-Fred at the 20. So this is a huge discussion.
This is. It's a huge discussion where that ball went out.
And the ball is just outside the pylon. So Blitz Benteen was hit running to the near side, and the ball goes flying out of bounds. But it's good enough to go to the 1-inch line, and it's 1st and goal for MFL MarMac.
Yep, that's a huge break for the Bulldogs, because if that would have gone into the end zone, went out of bounds, that would have given the ball back to the Cougars, but they're in business here. 1st and goal on the 1, knocking on the door here.
So first down and goal from the 1. Blitz Benteen under center, takes the snap. They push him ahead. Is he in for the touchdown? No word yet. The officials say he did not get in. It's 2nd down and goal from really the 1-inch line. Give some props to Sumner-Fred on first down there, including number 50, Ethan Hunt, among the Cougars pinching in the front. And it's 2nd down and goal just outside the goal line.
Well, if it was any closer, that front of the football would be in the end zone. It is right on that goal line, but they haven't crossed that white line yet.
So 2nd down and goal. The second half already 5 minutes old. MFL MarMac trailing 6-0. trying to at least tie this game up here. Second down and goal. Blitz Benteen goes back under center, and now they line up with nobody in the backfield. Second down and goal. Radloff goes in motion. Toss play left side, and Radloff goes around left end and goes in for the score from 1 yard out. Sweet play to the left side. Radloff ties it after the long run by Blitz Benteen, and the Bulldogs have knotted it at 6. 6:56 left in the third.
Yeah, nice change of direction there. Go from the power game to a little finesse to give it to Radloff coming around in motion, and he's able to slip in. Great blocking up front by the Bulldogs, able to get on the scoreboard here in the third.
So now this is a huge PAT, and when you're talking about kicking this year, Cranbeer is 18 of 20 as far as the conversion rate this year. It's a low snap, it's bobbled, it's a busted play. Blitz Benteen has to throw it into the end zone, it's up for grabs, and it is intercepted at the goal line by Nuss. The conversion fails. So we stayed tied at 6. A low snap from center, they never got a chance to get the kickoff. 6:56 to go in the third. 6-6, MFL MarMac and Sumner-Fred. Let's take this break.
Broadband is more important and versatile than ever, and you no longer need a home phone to utilize Neat's fiber broadband service. Freedom plans are now available to all subscribers on Neat's fiber network in and around Farmersburg, Luena, Monona, Postville, and St. Olaf. With speeds up to 250 meg, Neat's managed Wi-Fi is also included at no additional cost. Call today for more information on Neat's new Freedom plans and enjoy reliable, super-fast broadband internet service from Neat. Call us at 539-2122 today to discuss which Freedom plan is best for you. Neat, connecting you now.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start, more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Contact Julie Depke, agent, at 563-245-2366 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
6-6, here to launch it away is Christofferson, and that ball going to go into the end zone. Touchback, way to boot that one. It actually, correction, was Ben Cranbeer kicking off, and Cranbeer with the touchback. First down, 10 yards to go for Sumner-Fred at their own 20-yard line. For MFL MarMac, rattle off a 1-yard run. The conversion pass failed. It ended up being a pass because of a low snap, so it was a busted snap. And Sumner-Fred, after MFL MarMac scores on their initial drive of the third quarter. Bulldogs, more rushing yards on that drive than the entire first half.
Yeah, that was a big answer there for the Bulldogs to get not only get the rushing game going, but to get the points on the board.
So first down, 10 yards to go for Sumner-Fred. They operate from the middle of the field at their own 20-yard line. First and 10, and now at the line of scrimmage, Van Sickle looks up and now gets back under center. And on first down, they're going to run it left side, and again, nothing doing. Henderson, the fullback behind the quarterback there in Van Sickle, got the handoff on a counter play to the left side and just nothing doing against the heart of the Bulldog defense up front. Deal in that area, Kane. And they're saying he's going to lose a yard or two.
Yeah, that tackle was happening as the handoff was happening there. Number 61, the first one on the scene there.
Bryce Deal.
Great tackle there for a loss.
Yeah, Bryce Deal gets credit with the loss. So second down, 12 yards to go. And Van Sickle back under center once again. On second down, Van Sickle to throw the football. Looking left side, flush, throws it, and that ball is going to be intercepted by Christofferson at the 35-yard line. Diving back, Christofferson intercepts it. And the Bulldogs force the second turnover of this football game. Van Sickle was pressured, really couldn't step into the throw as he threw it near side between the 40 and 30-yard line is where diving for it was once again Christofferson, and the Bulldogs take over inside Cougar territory.
Well, and not able to step up into the passing zone there to get in the box and get his front foot planted. Van Sickle's throwing that off his back foot, not able to get anything on it. Christofferson read that all the way.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs with their second possession, starting inside Cougar territory in this second half. 6:14 left in the half, now driving to perhaps take the lead. First down, 10 yards to go. Powell goes in motion, but here's the draw play, right side, and it is McGew. McGew, right tackle, brings it inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. 6-yard pickup on first down, and Blitz Benteen had some problems with that snap from center.
He did. He didn't have a nice solid grip on that, but able to get it to McGew. And McGew, that north-south running, he runs hard and he falls forward, and that's huge right now moving this football.
Bulldogs a little more determined up front, it seems like, running the football this second half. Second down, 3 yards to go. Christofferson as a receiver to the near side. Powell is to the right of McGee in the backfield. Second down, 3 yards to go. They fake the handoff back to McGee, but this is read well by Sumner-Fred. Tried a little fake pitch to the running back there in Powell, then went inside, and Anthony Bunting, number 23 in Jesse Jones for Sumner-Fred, met him in the backfield, and they lose yardage going back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, a couple yards lost there on that. Just trying to mix things up a little bit and give him a different look, faking that ball to Powell, but McGee had nowhere to go here. Third and manageable for the Bulldogs, but they definitely want to pick this up and keep it moving.
Double wing set. They are in 4-down territory, no doubt about that. Powell goes in motion. Blitz Benteen to throw the football. It's a screenplay left side, caught by McGee. He's in the left flat, inside the 25-yard line. First down, and here comes flags as somebody got the face mask, I believe. And he goes inside the 15-yard line. 14-yard pickup on 3rd and 4 for MFL MarMac. McGee slides out of the backfield.
Yeah, that was a great pickup there with a little screenplay, a little delay action, and McGee, nice job running the ball. But they've got a flag here, and they're pointing this against the Bulldogs.
This is not a face mask. Judging from what the area we saw and the way that McGee was tackled, it is a penalty down the field, and it is a holding penalty against MFL MarMac down the field. Now, it occurred past the sticks at the 19-yard line, and it's going to push him back outside the 30-yard line. So it actually occurred at the 21-yard line, and instead of 3rd and 4, it goes back to 3rd and 7. So the penalty occurred, and it looked like McGee was going to get the first down anyway without the penalty.
Yeah, without the penalty, he didn't even need the block, but all for naught here.
Back to 3rd and 7, and Blitz Benteen out of pistol throws the football right side, sliding underneath there, and incomplete in the middle of the field at the 25-yard line is going to be McElwain. He went down to get it, could not come up with it, and it's 4th down, 7 yards to go for MFL MarMac. After a penalty took away a first down.
Yeah, that was a huge first down because he had good protection, and Blitz Benteen able to find McGee out in the flats. He had a lot of green in front of him, able to pick it up plus more, get them in the red zone. All came back on that holding call, and now they're looking at 4th and long here.
So this is 4th down, 7 yards to go. Bulldogs at the 33-yard line have to get inside the 26-yard line. Blitz Benteen out of pistol to throw the football. He has time. He's looking long, and the pass is overshot. Randolph dives for it at the 10-yard line, right outside the numbers. It is incomplete, and they had good coverage in the secondary as Blitz Benteen overshot him. Would have been a spectacular play by Randolph. And the Cougars, after the turnover, get a stop on downs.
Yeah, that penalty aided it a little bit, but the Cougars able to hold here, getting the ball back, and they're in a fight now. These two defenses have been playing well tonight. Offenses starting to get some traction. We'll see who can keep that momentum.
First down, 10 yards to go for Sumner-Fred. 4:20 left in our third quarter. We are knotted at 6. They have 2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left, and Van Sickle will work out a pistol formation this time. Gets the snap and looks to throw the football. Looking right side, incomplete. Looking for Willems on the far side. Just ran a little out at the 35-yard line. It is incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Boy, Van Sickle had time that time to look for somebody. Just overshot his receiver there out in the flats.
Couple of scores to pass along. It is at the end of the third quarter that Maquoketa Valley leads Clayton Ridge 50-0, and North Fayette Valley has scored in the second quarter. They lead Osage 14-0. 5 minutes left in the half there. Meanwhile, 2nd down, 10 yards to go, and a 6-6 tie here. 3 receivers to the right. Here's the snap that goes over the shoulder of the quarterback, Van Sickle, but he's able to grab it. He's going to lose yardage and hang on to it at the 20-yard line. This is the 3rd time we've seen this happen tonight. It was a high snap, but it just slid basically on the left shoulder, and Van Sickle has done a great job of hanging on to the football. Again, going to lose yardage, but hung on to the football.
Yeah, loss of 10 yards on that, but maintaining control of that football. It's just tough conditions out there, and his stats are going to look terrible tonight because of all those missed balls. But he's holding on to it, maintaining possession.
Blitz Benteen shaken up. Blitz Benteen made the tackle. He goes to the sideline there, and you're just hoping maybe it's a case of the wind being knocked out of him. But it's 3rd down, 23 yards to go for Sumner-Fred. 3 receivers to the left. And from their own 20-yard line, snap back to Van Sickle. Van Sickle being pressured by McElwain. Hit as he throws it. He's looking up the seam right side. It is incomplete. The pass intended for number 24, and that was Caden Traynor running a route right up the seam on the right hash mark. And it's 4th and 23. Sumner-Fred has been pinned in their territory this entire third quarter. They're going to have to punt from inside the 10.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt this away, and MFL MarMac pending some kind of miracle here, is going to have great field position, possibly inside Cougar territory.
And it will be back to punt for them is once again Henderson. Henderson stands back inside at the 7-yard line. Radloff stands at the 45 in MFL MarMac territory. The kick is out of there by Henderson, and again he shanks this one. It goes out of bounds behind the MFL MarMac bench. This ball is going to be marked all the way inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. It ends up being a 6-yard punt as the ball slid off the side of the foot of Henderson, and the Bulldogs take over in great field position again at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, and they've had great field position for most of the night, just only able to capitalize on that one touchdown. But once again here, the Bulldogs in business deep into Cougar territory.
1st down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac. Again, 3rd drive this second half they've started inside Sumner-Fred territory. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Powell is to the right of McGue in the backfield. Blitz Benteen runs it left side with Powell. Powell brings it around left side to the 25-yard line, slips ahead to the 24-yard line, and it's a pickup of about 2 yards. They love to get Powell to the outside, but Sumner-Fred did a good job of forcing all the action inside. Henderson among the linebackers in that area. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Maybe closer to 4-yard pickup there. But here's Powell. Powell again gets ahead, right side, 25-yard line. He lined up at left halfback, brought it right side, short of the 20-yard line. Only a pickup of about a yard. And again, Powell running with that football in his left hand, gets down to the 21-yard line where it's 3rd down and a long 5 for the Bulldogs.
Well, and it's good to see Carver Blitzbentine back on the field for this series after going out on that last defensive series.
And that was the big thing. He just looked like he had the wind knocked out of him, and they were able to stop him. In 2 plays, he was back into the ball game. Meanwhile, 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Powell is to the right of McGue in the backfield. Christofferson as a receiver to the right. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Blitz Benteen is going to run the option and give it to McGue on a delay, and he gets inside the 20-yard line, short of 1st down, as he did not take it away from McGue. McGue picks up about 3 yards up the middle, probably closer to 2, but it's 4th down from inside the 20-yard line for MFL MarMac. 4th down, and I'm going to say it's closer to 4 yards to go, inside 2 minutes left in our 3rd.
Yeah, and you're in 4-down territory here for sure, unless you think you can kick a field goal. But with the field conditions the way they are, I think you continue to move the ball, try to get a little closer, if nothing else. If you turn it over on downs, Sumner-Fred is deep in their own territory.
Cranberry, by the way, 0 for 1 as far as field goal-wise this year, but this is too far away. Double wing set. 4th down, 4 yards to go. Bulldogs going for it. Radloff goes in motion. They run the football with McGue right side. McGue stops short as he goes right side down inside the 18-yard line, but he needed a couple of more yards. Instead of 4, he only gets 3. So they run the football with McGue 3 straight plays and a stop there by Sumner-Fred.
Yeah, that was a huge stop there. McGue couldn't fall forward that time. Got stood up by a couple of Cougars, turning over on downs.
That was the difference. If he falls ahead, he gets 1st down. But Sumner-Fred did a great job out the left side. Henderson in that area, 1st and 10 for Sumner-Fred. Another defensive stop at their own 17-yard line is where they take over. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Van Sickle quarterback sneak, maybe ahead to the 20-yard line, picks up 2, and it's going to be 2nd down, 8 yards to go. We mentioned this in pregame that Sumner-Fred played MFL MarMac as well as anybody last year, and they are doing that again here tonight with what they've done defensively.
Yeah, they have. This has been impressive what they've been able to do, and conditions aside, because both teams are playing in conditions. They're doing what they need to do to be in contention with the Bulldogs.
End of the 3rd quarter, Central leads Waterloo Christian 7-6 in the ball game at Dittmer Field in Elkader. Meanwhile, 2nd down, long situation, back to Van Sickle, looking to throw the football right side in the flat. It is caught by Henderson out of the backfield. He was able to slip through right side, brings it to the 25-yard line, short of 1st down, picks up 5 yards on just a little out pattern to the right side, but a 3rd and short situation for Sumner-Fred.
Yeah, they got to go back to that passing game because it's been something that's been working for them tonight. MFL MarMac really selling out on the run, and they're able to pick up yards here. They got to run one more play here in this quarter.
Van Sickle has done such a nice job delivering some of those short passes, and that's positive yardage there. This may be our final play of the 1st quarter, or 3rd quarter, I should say. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Cougars trying to get a 1st down on this play. And from their own 25-yard line, they operate from the right hash mark. Van Sickle throws the football right side. It is caught by Willems. Willems near a 1st down, just ran a quick out to the right side. This will depend on the spot And they needed to get to about the 28-yard line, and now your officials will stop play with 2.5 seconds left here in our third quarter. And I think they want to get a look at this.
Yeah, I think they're going to measure this because it was pretty close. It was a solid tackle there by the Bulldogs to try to prevent any further yards after
I
the
believe
catch.
that was Radloff that made the tackle on that far side of the field. But they marked it looks like, at the 27-yard line. They'll bring out our unsung heroes of Friday Night Football, the Chain Gang. And it is going to be short of first down. We have one of our guys blocking to see how short it is, but it's just a link or two of the chain.
Yeah, he's only got a small piece of the chain there, maybe half a football to go. So Sumner-Fred's got a choice here. They got 4th and short. They got to try to pick this up and keep momentum or give it back to the Bulldogs.
And the good news is they'll have a quarter to think about it. So we're tied at 6. They'll reset the clock with 2.5 seconds to go. They'll restart things. I think Sumner-Fred will let the quarter likely come to an end instead of snapping it to get a little more time to think this over. We go to the 4th, a good one in Monona. Tied at 6 with Sumner-Fred and MFL MarMac. Let's take this break.
People's State Bank is locally owned and locally managed with 20 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology, we're it. As a community bank, we're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, community-minded, just like you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency, Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop Farm, and Life, Smitty's Oil and Tire in Monona, Garden View Place in Monona, Vorwald Enterprises, Inc. in Monona, Conoco Floor Covering in Monona, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. And Furniture Showcase and All Wine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments. We begin the fourth quarter, tied at 6 here in this week number 5 matchup. If you're Sumner-Fred, and again, you're on the road here, you already have a district loss, I think you're aggressive and you go for this here.
Yeah, you go for this and pick it up. That's huge. You don't give the ball back to the Bulldogs. If MFL MarMac can get a stop here, that's huge for them because they haven't been able to punch it in.
It's 4th down and really inches. So it's 4th down and half the football. MFL MarMac in a close formation. And now, before we take the snap, MFL MarMac wants a timeout. So Coach Anderson takes time here before we begin this fourth quarter. So a timeout taken there, and I maybe wanted to look to see what Sumner-Fred was doing.
Well, I think both of these coaches understand the magnitude of this. Possessions, they're going to come down to, 1 or 2 more possessions for each one of these teams. This is a pivotal point in the fourth quarter. It's a tie ball game. MFL MarMac says, we got to have a stop. We got to get the ball back. We can't let Sumner-Fred continue to move the ball.
So for Sumner-Fred, it appeared that they were going to sneak it, is what it looked like. With the quarterback, Van Sickle. MFL MarMac has dominated as far as field position this second half. Everything has been on this side of the field. Now, I know we switched directions, but it's been Sumner-Fred in their own territory. And even if they get the first down here, it's only out to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, you're kind of in that no man's land of, boy, if we can't keep a drive going here, we don't deserve to win this ball game, but you don't want to give the ball to the Bulldogs. So they're going to come out here. I think they're going to try to sneak this, try to pick this up, and MFL MarMac's going to load up the box.
So 4th down and less than a yard for Sumner-Fred as we now officially begin our fourth quarter. And they have receiver split left and right. Van Sickle now has 3 guys behind him to try to help push him. Here is the snap. Van Sickle runs the football. Instead, he tries to boot around end, and it's blowing up. MFL MarMac reads it defensively. Number 54 for the Bulldogs, the first one back there, Braden Gordon. Instead of quarterback sneaking, they tried to boot it around right end, and the Bulldogs weren't fooled.
Oh, they read it so well, and the end came in hard, and a nice secure tackle there to finish him off, and Gordon and Van Sickle, I didn't even know it was coming.
They had 3 guys behind him, so you just figure Van Sickle's going to take the snap, right? And just 3 guys push him from behind. And instead, they try to boot it around right end. An MFL MarMac timeout well taken, huh?
Yeah, loss of about 3 yards, but more importantly, they give up the ball. So the Bulldogs here taking over inside Sumner-Fred territory.
The game still tied at 6. Bulldogs defense a huge stop. Here's Blitz Benteen, quarterback sneak up the middle. He does what Sumner-Fred maybe now thinks that they should have done. And here is Blitz Benteen getting solid yards. 4 yards on the quarterback sneak, making it 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, just interesting here as we talked about the weather letting up, the rain's picking up here again. So weather still an issue for the teams. Keeping the ball in Blitz Benteen's hands, not able to hand it off. Maybe that's a smart thing to do right now.
Yeah, just been a light rain, really. Just been steady through the night. Second down, 6 yards to go. And Blitz Benteen back under center. McGee is in the backfield. Powell is at a wing back spot. McElwain goes over it as the tight end on the right side. Second down, 6 yards to go. They run it with Powell right side, and he gets inside the 15-yard line. Powell able to bust a little ahead down inside the 12-yard line. Their best run with Powell as they overloaded the right side, and McElwain really helped blocking on right end there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Powell runs hard, but that was all blocking. That was a great job. The guys up front, the guys on the end kicking out those receivers coming in, and just to finish strong, falling forward on Powell to pick that up.
Inside 11 minutes left in our fourth quarter. Bulldogs again inside the red zone. First down, 10 yards to go. Christofferson as a receiver to the right. Powell, who carried the ball in his right hand that time. Here is first down and 10 yards to go from the 2-yard line. Powell goes in motion. They run it with McGee. McGee right up the gut, inside the 10, stood up there as he gets to the 9-yard line, picks up 3 on first down. So the Bulldogs here definitely in 4-down territory, and it's second down. They can get a first down without scoring inside the 3.
Well, they're playing smash mouth football right now. They're just lining up, putting a lot of guys, putting hat on hat, and trying to open up those holes for their runners, and they're making big gains right now. Another big gain there by McGee with a gain about 3 or 4.
They gave him 4 on that, so it's second down, 6 yards to go, inside 10 minutes. This has been a quick ball game with not a lot of scoring, of course. Powell in the backfield to the left of McGee. Blitz Benteen with him under center. Second down, 6 yards to go. They run it there up the middle with McGee. McGee steps off right side, gets near the 5-yard line. He'll be short of first down as he picks up 3 yards. There's Willems in that area. Short of the 5-yard line, but a third and short situation for MFL MarMac.
Third and manageable here, and as you said, they're in 4-down territory for sure, but third and something manageable. As you said, they can still pick up a first down, so a lot of options here with all the guys running the ball.
Probably closer to 3 yards to go, but it's a solid 2 anyway, as they operate from the right hash mark. So third down and short for MFL MarMac as we approach 9:20 in our third quarter. Powell moves to a wingback spot on the right side. McElwain now lines up at left end. Here's your third and short play. They run it left side with Powell. Powell trying to get to the edge. He's hit in the backfield. Couldn't turn the corner. And he's going to lose yardage back to the 7-yard line. Number 5 there in Jamison Howard, able to track him down. So the Cougars bend, but don't break. And it's a loss of yardage back to the 6-yard line, a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, that was a huge loss. And Bulldogs here, fourth down, they're lining up for a field goal, so they're looking to take the lead here with a field goal.
As we mentioned, Cranberry is 0 for 1 field goal attempt this year, but this is really just a few steps longer than an extra point. So instead from the 3-yard line for a PAT, you're launching it from the 7-yard line. So here is a 25-yard field goal attempt, and time taken by our official. There is offsides, and who's lined up offsides? It's on Sumner-Fred. Offsides on Sumner-Fred, which will move it half the distance to the goal and make it fourth down and about 2.5 back to where the original play was on third down.
Yeah, and if you're MFL MarMac, do you rethink this? Do you still kick it? They've got some decisions to make here, but that ball is knocking on the door.
Well, they move it inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line, and it's fourth down, and the scoreboard says it's a yard. And if you look, it is a yard, and this does change the thinking for him. No, there does not change the thinking. Originally, it looked like they were going to line up to go for it, but they are going to try to kick the field goal. So this one's a little closer. This is just like a PAT, but it's from the left hash mark. This is a 20-yard field goal attempt. Spot is down from Blitz Benteen. The kick is up. It is high enough. It is long enough, and he splits the uprights. The first field goal of the season there by Ben Cranbeer. And with 8:17 to go in the fourth quarter, the Bulldogs lead 9-6. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
It's back to school time again, and that means the fall sports season is in full swing. Dr. Mark Foey, Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Courtney Wicken, and the staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona wish all of our area cross-country, volleyball, and football student athletes a very healthy and successful season. Get out and support your local school sports teams this fall. Family Dentistry of Monona, where health-changing smiles are created.
We know that potential is greatly enhanced through hard work and dedication. At Viafield Cooperatives, we promise to provide innovative products and dependable service to help you meet and exceed your potential. From agronomy to energy, grain to feed, Viafield is excited to provide growing opportunities for both producers and consumers at 18 locations throughout northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Want to learn more about Viafield? Go to viafield.com. Viafield is a proud supporter of our local student athletes.
So it is Ben Cranbeer with a 20-yard field goal, and the Bulldogs lead 9-6 with 8:17 to go in our fourth quarter. Cranbeer, who had a touchback the last time he kicks off, gets a good high kick here, but it is returnable for Sumner-Fred, and it is Nuss at the right hash mark, brings it up right side across the 25-yard line, stood up there. Outstanding special teams coverage by number 6 there in Sawyer Keener, and it's a return of about 12 yards, and it's first down, 10 yards to go for Sumner-Fred, and again, they start at their own 25-yard line. They haven't been past the 35-yard line in their own territory.
They haven't. They haven't moved the ball out of their own shadow their own goalpost all night long, or all second half.
And instead of 4th and 1, MFL MarMac going for it, they had confidence in Ben Cranbeer.
Oh, absolutely. Ben Cranbeer kicking the ball well and knocks that one through with confidence, had plenty of leg, plenty of height.
So first down, 10 yards to go for Sumner-Fred. Back to pistol formation is Van Sickle. And on 1st and 10, they run the football. Nope, Van Sickle rolls out to the left. Catching it out of the backfield is going to be Willem. And he's outside the numbers in the 30-yard line, tackled across the 31-yard line. That is number 9, Jackson Willems with the reception. And he picks up 6 yards on a quick hit play to the left side.
Yeah, nice fake there by Van Sickle to kind of freeze those linebackers, and Willems able to break out of there and get into the flats.
And everything that Sumner-Fred has done passing-wise, it's been short. They have used the passing game as a running game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Those little dink and dunk kind of passes, but they've been effective because they've gotten past the linebackers of the Bulldogs.
Second down, 4 yards to go. Van Sickle rolls out to the right. He's being flushed, throws it on the run, in and out of the hands of Willems, and sliding down was Radeloff on the near side at the 40-yard line. Could not come up with it for the interception. Willems was covered in the right flat by Gordon, and it's third down, 4 yards to go. And again, Van Sickle rolled away. He was going away from the pressure, but there was pressure coming.
Yeah, there was pressure on Van Sickle and great defense on Willems. So even if he does catch that, somebody right there to tackle him, another guy trying to pick up the loose ball that came off of him.
But it's third down for Sumner-Fred. 7:30 left in our fourth quarter. Bulldogs lead 9-6. Again, Sumner-Fred got the game where they wanted in the fourth quarter and a chance in this ball game. Third down, 4 yards to go. Receiver split left and right. And they send Willems in motion from right to left. Van Sickle rolling out to the right. He's going to run it, and there's just no chance. And again, he's hit in the backfield. This is a loss of yardage. This time, it's number 51 for MFL MarMac. And that is going to be, well, I don't have number 51 on my program. 61. Bryce Deal. The number's a little dirty up front, but Deal makes the play, and they lose yardage back to the 28-yard line. It's a loss of 5 on that play.
Yeah, Van Sickle just he's going to be seeing black uniforms and gold numbers in his sleep tonight. They've been in the backfield all night long.
And that was a quarterback draw they were running there, but just no chance to get anything going. So the Bulldogs figure to get good field position again. As back to punt is Henderson. Henderson inside his own 15-yard line, gets off his best punt of the night, goes over the head of Radeloff, and this is going to switch field position. Goes inside the 20-yard line all the way down to the 15-yard line. Sumner-Fred needing that for the first time in this half. MFL MarMac starts deep in their own territory. A huge punt that time by Henderson. Puts it all the way back to the 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's had a couple of tough punts tonight. We talked about a couple that got kind of shanked off out of bounds. MFL MarMac is deep in their own territory now. Sumner-Fred defense has got to step it up.
That ended up being close to a 60-yard punt. So it's first down, 10 yards to go. MFL MarMac, 6:44 to go in our fourth quarter, has the lead. But Sumner-Fred figures we get a stop, we'll finally get some field position.
Yeah, they're going to get past the midfield here if they can get a stop.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs will try to see if they can get a drive going and put the game out of reach. Leading 9-6, Blitz Benteen runs it left side. It is Powell. Powell just can't slip through the 20-yard line. He stopped actually at the 17-yard line, only a yard as Sumner-Fred has just taken away MFL MarMac. A lot of those plays they run with the wing back towards the ends, and it's second down, 8 yards to go. Only a pickup of 2 on that run.
Yeah, they like to bring that wing back in motion and give him the ball, get him ahead of steam, but Sumner-Fred's been right there, but able to stop that all night.
This is as good of run defense as we've seen from both sides tonight. Both teams have been outstanding up front. Second down, 8 yards to go. Halfway through the fourth quarter. Blitz-Benteen runs it. This time it is McGee. McGee off right side, gets across the 20-yard line, only picks up 3. It's third down and 5 yards to go. So often you're expecting, a Bulldog to break out of there with a big run. But it has just been, with the exception of Blitz-Benteen on the one run, that's only been their biggest play of the night. That was a 28-yard run that gave them their first touchdown. He ended up being knocked out of bounds just inside the 1 yard line. Third down, and it's a solid 5 yards to go, I would say.
Yeah, the scoreboard's got us at 7, but I think it's probably closer to 5.5, 6 yards.
If you look at the sticks, it looks like it's 5.5. So third down and long either way for the Bulldogs. Mid-range, we'll call it. They send it back in motion. Toss play left side. It is going to be Radloff. Radloff to the 20-yard line. They push it ahead short of the 25-yard line. They needed 7. He picked up about 4, and it will bring up fourth down on that play. They sent Radloff in motion. He got the toss. It was actually Christoph. No, it was Radloff carrying it. But he stopped short of the 25-yard line, and it's 4th and 2 for MFL MarMac as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the fourth.
Well, and a great punt by Sumner-Fred on their last possession. Flip the field position. They get a stop on defense. So this is a positive for Sumner-Fred. They've got some momentum. The MFL MarMac needs a punt.
Yeah,
here.
how big was that punt by Henderson? Because now Christofferson stands back at his 10-yard line, and Sumner-Fred figures to get good field position. There's the snap back, and Christofferson gets it away. It is a short punt. Bounces at the 40-yard line, then bounces ahead to near midfield at the 48-yard line. It's downed right there. It is actually only a 24-yard punt. They kicked it away from coverage, but Sumner-Fred starts with their best field position since the second quarter. 1st and 10 inside MFL MarMac territory at the 48-yard line, trailing 9-6, and 4:43 left here in our fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've got plenty of time. They've got plenty of timeouts, but they need to sustain a drive. Look to them to pass the ball because MFL MarMac has snuffed out their running game tonight.
So first down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left. Back to pistol is Van Sickle to throw the football, and he's hit as he throws it, and it's a loose football. The Cougars able to fall on it at the 48-yard line. They're going to say it was a fumble. He was hit hard, and that was Blitz-Benteen back there. Van Sickle gets up, shakes the right hand a little bit. They lose yardage back inside their own territory, a loss of 4.
A loss of 4, but the important thing is they got the ball back. That was a hard hit. Whoever got to him hit him hard and jarred that loose.
That is the 4th fumble that the quarterback Van Sickle has had in this ball game, and they've maintained possession on all 4.
Yeah, that's been huge. Winning that turnover margin, or at least staying even on it tonight.
Well, both teams have 2 turnovers.
Yeah, they both have 2 turnovers, so trying to keep that even.
Inside 4 minutes left in the fourth. Second down, 14 yards to go. Van Sickle back to pistol formation. Gets the snap. They run it right side with Henderson. Henderson back inside MFL MarMac territory. Their best run in a while. He brings it down to the 45-yard line off right side. Correction, it was Willem, number 9, running the ball, but Willem picks up 7 yards and brings up to 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that was a great run there by Willem. Kind of hurtled over a downed defender there and able to pick up a lot of yards and make this 3rd and manageable.
So it's going to be here, 3rd down, 7 yards to go at the 45-yard line. Receiver split left and right. And now Henderson is behind Van Sickle, but a 3rd down manageable at least for the Cougars. 3rd down, Van Sickle to throw the football, and before this play is going, there is a false start on Sumner-Fred. It has been such a penalty-free ball game for the most part, but now this pushes it back to 3rd and 12, and Sumner-Fred been able to stay away from a lot of these mistakes on offense.
They have. That's only their 3rd penalty tonight, only 20 yards of penalties against them. First one here in the second half. MFL MarMac's got 3 penalties for 40 yards, so a fairly clean ball game played tonight, but just a bad timing on that penalty.
3rd down, 12 yards to go. Inside 3 minutes left in the fourth. Bulldogs leading 9-6. Van Sickle back to pistol to throw the football again. He's got time, looks over the middle. It is caught by Nuss. Nuss across the middle of the field, bounces to the outside. He's inside the 30, down the far sideline, inside the 20. It's 1st and 10. Nuss, who had a huge reception earlier, has another reception over the middle, then busts to the outside. And Sumner-Fred brings it from the 50-yard line down inside the 20. 1st down and 10 for the Cougars.
Yeah, they're in business now. That was a huge pitch and catch, and 2 of the Bulldog defenders there kind of ran into each other, took themselves out of the play, gave him a whole lot of green to get down the field.
That is a 35-yard completion, and 1st and 10 for the Cougars, now down to the 15-yard line. They operate from the left hash mark. 2 receivers to the right, back to the running game. They go to Willems, and he's hit in the backfield. He'll lose lose yardage back to the 20. Tried to run it left side. Willems was in motion. Got the handoff from Van Sickle, and the Bulldogs push him back again on first down. They've been so good on first down defense tonight. It's 2nd and 14, and now 2.5 left in our fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've been selling out on that first down run play, and they've just stifled this running game.
So 2nd down, 14 yards to go. The passing game has made up the difference for the Cougars. 2 receivers to the right. Van Sickle to throw the football again, and before we get going, it is false start on Sumner-Fred. So Sumner-Fred commits another penalty. They were able to overcome it on the 3rd and 12, but now it's 2nd down, back to the 25-yard line, where it's 2nd down and 19 yards to go.
Well, and you can see those receivers just not able to get footing, so they're trying to get a head start. And I think it was one of the receivers, maybe in the slot, just trying to get a head start. It wasn't even the down lineman.
And again, the Cougars have been pretty decent in long situations tonight. Remember, they converted a 4th and 29 for their touchdown. 3 receivers to the right, 2nd down, 19 yards to go, inside 2 minutes to go. To throw the football here is once again the quarterback, Van Sickle. Right side of the pass is caught at the 10-yard line. Sliding down with the completed pass is number 5, Howard. Howard in on the coverage. Radeloff catches it down at the 10-yard line. They pick up 15 yards to bring 3rd down and 4 yards to go now.
Yeah, that was a nice catch there by Howard to haul that in. Not enough for the first down, but a great gain there, make 3rd and manageable. The Bulldogs got to play some defense here.
Threw it near side is where that ball was caught, just inbounds. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. The official mark outside the 10-yard line. Van Sickle to throw the football again. He's got time left side. It is caught in the left flat. Down inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line. They mark it outside the 5-yard line with a minute to go. It is short of first down. It is 4th down here for Sumner-Fred at the 6-yard line. They've got to get to the 5 for first down.
Yeah, they've got to pick this up, and this is a big 4th down here. Looks like somebody wants to take a timeout and talk this over.
It is Sumner-Fred that wants to take a timeout. It is closer to 2 yards to go. Judging by the spot on the far side of the field, they say it is 4th down. I think it's closer to a yard. Scoreboard says 4th and 2, but they can get to the 5-yard line for first down, it looks like.
Yeah, they've got some room here to work with after that play. I think they've got 1, maybe a yard, at most, 1.5 yards to pick this up.
All right, so on 4th down previously, instead of running the quarterback sneak, they tried to go around right end. What does Sumner-Fred look to do here on 4th down?
Well, they've had no success on the running game. They've had no success, trying to sneak that. MFL MarMac has snuffed that out quickly, so I expect them to spread them out, try to pick something up, even if it's 2-3 yards, pick up the first down. You got a lot of time to work with.
They've been so good throwing short passes. Do you dare put the ball in the air in this situation?
I think they do. I think they throw the ball. I don't know if they go the end zone, but I think they're going to throw the ball here.
So 4th down, 54 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Sumner-Fred using the timeout. Both teams have 2, but the Cougars have a 4th down play at the 6-yard line, trailing 9-6 here. Trying to take the lead or at least keep this drive alive here and give them a chance to win it. So the ball outside the 6-yard line. They operate from the left hash mark. Cougars, after taking that timeout, sure on this 4th down play. Let's see if Van Sickle goes under center. They run that same tight formation. Van Sickle's under center. Here's 4th down and short, and MFL MarMac jumps off sides. The Bulldogs entered the neutral zone. Van Sickle came up with the hard count and jumps off sides to give them the first down.
Well, they came up awful quick, and you saw MFL MarMac kind of scrambling and repositioning guys, and somebody up front moved, gets the first down. Sumner-Fred here in business, they got a couple chances to put it in the end zone.
So they go down to the 3-yard line, and it's 1st and goal for Sumner-Fred, trailing 9-6. 2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left. Here's 1st and goal for Sumner-Fred. Back over right side, Van Sickle. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going into the end zone, and the pass is caught. Tiptoeing in. Touchdown. Got it. Nuss on the near side. Nuss catches it, drags the feet inbounds, and with 47 seconds left in the 4th, the Cougars lead at 12-9.
That was a beautiful catch there by Nuss, keeping his feet inbounds, able to haul that in behind the defense, and gets the big score there for the Cougars.
They officially mark it as a 3-yard pass play, and Nuss rolled away. He was not pressured, and he laid a beautiful pass over the outstretched Bulldog defender in Radeloff. So with 47 seconds to go, here's the PAT. The spot is up. It is high enough, long enough. Put it on the board. 47 seconds left in regulation. Sumner-Fred 13, MFL MarMac 9. Let's take this break.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
It's pretty unusual for a bank to be 100% employee-owned. And Freedom Bank wouldn't have it any other way. Employee-owned means we're not just your bank. We're your friends and neighbors. We value being active community partners, and we believe in donating generously to local causes. We empower success, not just for our customers, but for our communities as well. Visit Freedom Bank in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, and Decorah, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC.
So it's 13-9. MFL MarMac has 47 seconds left to work with. Here is the kick, and it is going to be through the legs of Powell. It'll go into the end zone. He'll down it there into the end zone. It is a touchback. So Powell let the ball go across the goal line before he touched it, and it's first down, 10 yards to go. It'll be out at the 20-yard line for MFL MarMac. But now the Bulldogs, who've been held in check without really a big play tonight, they've got to go 80 yards, 2 timeouts, and 47 seconds to do it.
Yeah, they haven't had the big play that they needed, and now they're going to need one. They're going to have something huge to pick up a big chunk of this, and I don't know what they've got.
And as far as passing-wise tonight, we'll give you the numbers, MFL MarMac passing-wise, because they're going to have to do it through the air.
Yeah, 36 yards of passing is all they've got tonight.
First down, 10 yards to go. Blitz Benteen out of pistol formation, rolls out to the right to throw the football, looking right side, overshoots his defender. It is incomplete. The receiver actually on the right side was McElwain, just ran a quick out to the far sideline at the 30-yard line. He's incomplete. It's second down, 10 yards to go. That ball sailed. And now with the rain continuing to fall, you have to throw deeper down the field into wet conditions.
You got to throw deeper. You got to set up some kind of screen and get a lot of blocking to pick up big chunks at a time.
Sumner-Fred scoring the touchdown on a 3-yard touchdown pass. Van Sickle the reception, the pass I should say, and Nuss the reception. Second down, 10 yards to go. 3 receivers to the right. Blitz Benteen to throw the football again. Looking long, throws it up, and that pass is going to be knocked away. Incomplete at the 35-yard line on the far side. Looking for Radeloff, but again, Sumner-Fred able to camp back defensively. Henderson in that area. It is third down, 10 yards to go.
For as much as Sumner-Fredericksburg has sold out on the run tonight, they are bailing on it. They're playing good prevent defense right now. There's no openings for this Bulldog offense to get it in there.
38 seconds to go in our fourth quarter. MFL MarMac trailing 13-9. 2 receivers to the left. Powell is in the backfield along with McGee. So back to more of a running formation, and they look to throw the football. Blitz Benteen right side, intercepted by Nuss at the 30-yard line. Nuss slides down to the 22-yard line, and the Cougars have sealed it. Nuss jumped the passing route. They were looking for Radeloff. It is intercepted there, and Sumner-Fred is going to come into Monona and spoil the Bulldogs' homecoming tonight.
That was a huge pick there. They had a guy running an out pattern, and then they had another receiver going a little deeper, and that ball was just kind of in between them, well read by Nuss.
And Nuss, who had the touchdown reception to give them the lead, has the interception to close the deal for Sumner-Fred.
Yeah, Nuss has a great night tonight. Tatum Nuss has the winning touchdown, has the winning stop on defense to give Sumner-Fred the chance to go into victory formation.
With him under center and losing the snap there for a moment was Van Sickle. He'll step back and take a knee, and MFL MarMac will use their timeouts with 27.7 seconds to go, and you might as well because that was an interesting snap there.
Yeah, you
might
never
as well
know.
try and make them snap it a couple of more times. For MFL MarMac, their defense played really well tonight, with the exception of that 4th and 29 play, which is looming huge in this ball game. But MFL MarMac really never found their footing on offense tonight.
They didn't. They weren't able to get the ground game going like they wanted to. Then they had to throw it. That's what caused that interception, is forcing them into a throw situation. And, there's a lot of teams in this district that are going to want to look at this film after tonight's game.
Yeah, Sumner-Fred, and again, everybody thought that Sumner-Fred and MFL MarMac, Dike, New Hartford, and Denver would all be in the chase for this district title this year. And now this has really put Sumner-Fred back into the picture. So now they'll have to snap it twice with 27.7 seconds to go. And under center and taking the knee there is Van Sickle. Sumner-Fred lost their first district game against Dike New Hartford last week, 24-14. But they responded in this game tonight. You've got to give them props.
You do. You absolutely have to. And that makes next week's game even bigger because MFL MarMac has to go down to Dike New Hartford. So that's a pivotal game now after this critical loss this year, or this night in the district.
For MFL MarMac, the big swing in this ball game, they had it. They decided to go for the field goal on 4th and 1 to take the lead at 9-6. And the way their defense was playing, that at the time looked like a great move, especially after Sumner-Fred got stopped in their own territory. But how big was Henderson's punt to switch field position?
That was huge, just to get the ball back into MFL MarMac's territory.
Van Sickle takes a snap, takes a knee, and the game comes to an end. Sumner-Fred has come into Monona tonight and spoiled the second-ranked Bulldogs' homecoming. Sumner-Fred handing MFL MarMac their first district loss in a game played in rain in a defensive battle. It is Sumner-Fred scoring in the final minute. They defeat MFL MarMac by a final score of 13-9. With the win, the Cougars 4-1, 1-1 in the district. MFL MarMac falls to 4-1, 1-1 in the district. When we return, we'll go through game stats. We'll have coaching interviews. Let's get you caught up to date real quick on other scores before we go to break. Maquoketa Valley has defeated Clayton Ridge tonight. Final score there was 50-0. Lone Tree leads Edco at the end of 3, 18-14. It is Bellevue leading Postville 43-0 in the third. North Fayette Valley leads 20-8 over Osage. That ball game is once again in the third quarter. We'll continue to keep you up to date. We'll take a break. Back with game stats and coaching interviews. Your post-game show is coming up. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates, whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital. Visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the complex new features of any vehicle, foreign or domestic. Not only will it look like new, it'll perform like new. At Top Gun, we don't care if it's a 30-point buck or just your neighbor's cat, big or small, we like them all. Top Gun also does fiberglass repairs, boats, motorcycles, guitars, detailing, paint corrections, headlight restoration. There's not much we don't do. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun for details and to schedule your repairs today. 563-964-9899.
Veterans Memorial Hospital Walk-On welcomes Dr. Christina Thompson to the medical staff, providing podiatry care to all of Northeast Iowa. Dr. Thompson collaborates closely with your primary care provider to help you reach your goals, providing full-scope foot and ankle care as well as minor surgical procedures. She is also a wound care specialist and diabetes educator. To make an appointment with Dr. Thompson, please call the Veterans Memorial Hospital Surgical Coordinator at 563-568-3411.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Ashbecker Building Supplies in Rossville, Ems Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Innovative Egg Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Sincerely Yours Interiors by K in Monona, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual Agent in Monona, Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, and Arlington, member FDIC, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, and by Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg. Welcome back to Monona. Post-game show begins. We're joined by Sumner-Fred football coach Jacob Coyle. First coach off a great effort by your kids in the ball game. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, let's talk about a number of things. Let's start on the defensive side. You hold MFL MarMac to 155 yards. Your defense kept in this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Our defense is always the anchor. I talk one of my best friends, Coach Dan Lead, on the defensive side. You know, he's the anchor of our team as well. But they keep us in a lot of games, and especially tonight, the offense sputtered quite a lot. But the defense had a tall task, and we came on the right side.
All right, so a couple of big plays, and none bigger than the punting of Henderson. And I know it was a tough night to punt, but he switched field position in the fourth quarter, which ended up being huge.
Yeah, a couple times there in the game we had a really short punt, not so good, but when we needed him the most, it was a big time switch of the field for sure.
All right, another big play, 4th and 29. In the second quarter, tell me about that play. In the first quarter, I should say.
Yeah, our screen pass, we put that in this week, actually. Practiced the heck out of it. We weren't too confident, and the assistants, we said, hey, let's try it. We have nothing to lose. And it was beautifully ran by our O-line, and then Noah Henderson and Davis Van Sickle just did a fantastic job of hooking up, and downfield blocking was phenomenal.
I know the running game was tough tonight. I think you had 31 rushes in this ball game, and I know because of the loss of yardage ended up negative. But the passing game tonight was really used as the running game.
Yeah, and we were hoping to do that a lot more if it would have been a cleaner night, and we tried to go away from it, but then, everything we practiced this week, the things we saw on film, we went back to it, and we just had ownership of our guys saying we need to be able to do it, and we did it.
Tell me a little bit about Davis Van Sickle, your quarterback.
Yeah, he's got a heart of gold, and he has been sitting in that pocket doing a great job. We just never sputter at the end of the game. We're ready to grow, and we know our 2-minute drill, and he's got a heart, and he's tough as nails.
All right, let's talk about the receivers, because a number of receivers contributed for you. Tatum Nuss had that big touchdown reception as well. He had 3 receptions for 69 yards.
Yeah, Tatum Nuss had a rough week against Dyke last Friday. Got shown up a little bit, and I knew there's some anger in his belly from last week, and he really showed out tonight. Did a fantastic job for us tonight.
We mentioned Henderson with the reception, but also Willems had a solid game for you, running the ball and catching.
Yeah, Willems he's been our workhorse all year. Just a solid guy, running the ball, catching the ball, special teams, defensively, he knows everything where we need to be. He's a phenomenal person on our team.
Let's talk about defensively, going back to that, and especially up front. Let's start with those guys.
Yeah, our defensive line, we've been able to rotate a lot of guys in. It's a credit to them being focused at practice and knowing what's going on. That's a Harrison Pagel, Grant Henderson, Gavin Trask, Hunter Jurgensen, Callum Wilharm. I mean, the list goes on. Land and Achilles Quigley are having a great year for us as well.
All right, and I think you like how your team bounced back from last week's ball game.
Yeah, I thought, coming off of the Dyke game, I think we had about 5 opportunities that we just did not take advantage of in that game, and that was the issue in that game and our loss. And we knew we could compete at a high level, and tonight we did just that.
All right. Obviously, still some district games to go. What do you guys got coming up?
Yeah, we have Denver next week. I'm assuming they're going to be 5-0 after tonight. So that'll be a big one, big test down at Denver. Then we go homecoming Central Springs and finish the season off with AP at home.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you.
Thank you so
kind
much.
of feeling that we're going to see this matchup again somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be excellent.
Congratulations on the win. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Sumner-Fred football coach Jared Coyle talking things over about his Cougar team victorious tonight. 13-9 the final score. We'll take a break. When we return, Coyle. Sorry, is that correct?
Now you call me by my brother's name.
Oh, your brother. Sorry, Jared.
Now he's going to hear that.
So your brother's going to...
Yeah.
All right.
He's a police officer in Manchester.
All right. Thank you very. Sorry about that. Once again, Coach Coyle talking things over about his Sumner-Fred team. Didn't mean to call him his brother. Back with more as our post-game show continues after this. Game stats. Also hoping to talk with MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson when our post-game show continues. Hey, sports fans, take a time out and call Garms Financial Services. Their team of agents can show you how to save money on all your insurance needs with Grinnell Mutual. Whether you need auto, home, farm, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services has you covered. You'll also receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Call Brian Bugenhagen, Cheryl Wagner, Emily Bazin, or Kayla Olson today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling in Monona, Grow Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, and by Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Post-game show continues here from Monona. We're joined by MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson. Coach, first off here, let's give props because I think your defense gave you an opportunity in this ball game tonight. Let's start on the defensive side.
Yeah, defense played well. I mean, but they got us there at the end when we had the lead in the fourth with a couple minutes left. And credit to those guys. I mean, they played a heck of a game. They played with more intensity than we did tonight, and they just seemed like they wanted a little bit more. So, kudos to Sumner-Fredericksburg. Knew they were a physical, tough team. They proved it tonight, and but our defense did play well for most of the game. And wet conditions, both teams playing that. I know they had a pass there where they threw it across the middle, and we had guys slipping, but that's part of football. Everybody's playing on the same surface.
Well, all right, let's go back. One play I think the defense would like to have back, that 4th and 29 play.
Yeah. We were in gold, which is 4 deep, so don't get beat deep, and I guess. They threw a screen pass, and we just told our guys got to come up and tackle, and missed too many tackles and couldn't get off some blocks. Again, kudos to some of those guys getting out there and getting on our guys and blocking, and we missed too many tackles. That number 21, that Henderson kid's a really good football player. Good, good for him to he had a good night, and he ran extremely hard and broke some tackles and got in the end zone, and yeah.
Yeah, the punt also in the ball game, switch field position. And I think you guys looked at some missed opportunities because in the third quarter, much of the fourth quarter, you were in their territory.
Yeah, we were. We just couldn't punch it in, and good job for Ben kicking that field goal to give us the lead. It was they jumped off sides or something, had a penalty. It was 4th and 1, but as long as our hands were dry, we felt like we could make the field goal and give ourselves a chance to win the game. We were up 9-6, so defense didn't seal the deal though at the end there. So.
And obviously that had to do being forced into your territory there after that huge punt. But the running game tonight, it's not very often that you guys are held in check trying to run the football.
Yeah, no, they load the box, and so maybe that's on us a little bit. Or we need to throw the ball a little bit better, and they had a good game plan to stop us. I don't even know how many yards. Didn't feel like we had very many, though. So our offense has got to get some things figured out over the weekend.
Yeah, you ended up with 119 yards rushing on 38 carries.
That's not Bulldog football.
And obviously for you guys there, this is kind of big to see how you respond, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we told our guys not the end of the season. Obviously, we still could win the district title right here. I mean, because these guys have got a loss, we've got a loss, and we said at the beginning of the season, I told our coaches staff that that 17-point rule could come into effect in this district because it wouldn't surprise me if if the top 3 teams all have one loss in our district, then it's going to come down to the points system. So we lost by 4, and they lost by 10 last week to Dyke, so we got to go down to Dyke next week against a team that beat this team, and at their field against a really good football team, and I think that our guys will respond. We talked to our guys in the locker room here about you can't dwell on this. Obviously, we had a lot of tears in there, and a lot of guys were pretty upset. But I didn't scream and yell at them. I just told them we got outplayed tonight. These guys just acted like they wanted a little bit more, and we got to do a better job of running harder and being more physical up front, because we sure didn't look like we were very physical up front today.
And the big thing is, like I said, I think to this point of the season, that surprises you a bit.
Yeah, it does. But then again, these guys have always, Dan Leet is one of the best defensive coordinators in Northeast Iowa. He's got, he always has a good answer. He held us to 19 last year. Was our lowest of the year. Last year held us to our season low, even in the loss, against West Branch and our loss against New Hampton. We had more yards and more points. But Sumner-Fredericksburg is known for their defense, and all week long I was saying that these guys are known for being physical in their defense, and they showed it tonight.
All right, getting back to your defense, this is what you wanted to do: take away their running game and force them to throw the ball.
We did, and we did, and it just. Yeah, that fourth that's going to haunt you. 4th and 29, they scored a touchdown on 4th and 29, and then there at the end we didn't. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch film, but that quarterback had too much time to throw it there at the end, and
which was kind of a rarity because he was under pressure.
He was. We were in. We were supposed to be bringing some heat off both edges right there. And he was able to get out of the pocket, and so I don't know. Let's go back and watch film and stuff. We were in a goal line defense, but we were supposed to be bringing some heat off the edges, but we're in man coverage down there. And anytime you let a quarterback sit back there for 3, 4, 5 seconds in man coverage, that's not the DB's fault. That's you guys aren't getting pressure, and that's on your D line and any linebackers you're blitzing. That's on them. That's not on the DBs.
All right, Dyke New Hartford next week. What do you know about them?
Oh, kind of like AP, a legendary field, a legendary coach. Coach Don Betts is one of the best in the state in any class. Watching on film, these guys are, they just everything they do is like you can tell that they are some of the best coached football kids in the state of Iowa. I mean, you just watch the little things, not the plays, but watch how they play football, and they are just it doesn't matter if a kid's 145 pounds, he's going to play like he's 200, and they play extremely hard, extremely fast. They can run the ball, they can throw the ball, and so I mean. Yeah, there's no panic button to hit here, but next week's a big ball game for MFL MarMac football. So we need our fans to come down in a huge numbers and cheer us on. And I like to think that our guys are going to respond next week, but it's gonna come down to it's just going to come down to toughness and who wants it more and fixing our mistakes. And it's going to be a tight race here till the end in our district. I mean, everybody knew this was the toughest district in 1A.
It is,
and I think it showed tonight right there. So,
all right, Coach, we'll talk to you next week in our featured ball game at Dyke New Hartford. Good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, Dan.
Thanks for joining us. MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson and his Bulldog team will take a break, and we'll go through game stats and get you caught up to date on scores when our post-game show continues after this.
Your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative is asking members to do the summer shift. No, it's not a dance. Simply reduce your electricity use between the hours of 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. on weekdays. That's when power costs the most. So turn up the thermostat, delay the dishwasher, shift the start of laundry, and you can help keep the electricity rates affordable. This summer savings message is brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Alameda Clayton, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Alameda Clayton Electric, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling in Monona, Grow Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, and by Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Welcome back to Monona. Again, our final score, it is Sumner-Fred beating MFL MarMac 13-9. We have more finals. Waterloo Christian defeated Central tonight 19-7. Maquoketa Valley over Clayton Ridge 50-0. Other games still going on. Edco leads Lone Tree leads Edco 18-14 in the fourth quarter. Starmont leads North Cedar late in the third 28-8. North Fayette Valley leads Osage at the end of 3 20-8. And Maquoketa Valley has defeated Bellevue has defeated, or leading Postville rather, 43-0, the final score there. And Mac Valley over Clayton Ridge 50-0 is a final as well, which just wanted to pass that along again. Again, our score here 13-9, Sumner-Fred victorious. I'm joined now by Coach Aaron Hammond. Let's go through the individual totals, starting with the Cougars.
Yeah, for Sumner-Fredericksburg tonight, Noah Henderson carried the ball 8 times, -2 yards. Jackson Willems 7 times, 12 yards. Jesse Jones once for 3 yards, and Van Sickle hounded all night long, 15 carries, -65 yards. So on the ground, 31 carries, -52 yards. Their bread and butter tonight was throwing the ball. Davis Van Sickle, 13 for 19, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did have that 1 interception. His number 1 target there was Tatum Nuss. He had 3 catches, 69 yards, including that 3-yard touchdown tiptoe catch to take the lead. Noah Henderson had 4 catches, 35 yards, including a 29-yard touchdown, a 4th and 29. Willems had 4 catches for 43 yards, and Jamison Howard had 2 catches for 18 yards. Again, 165 yards in the air, -52 on the ground, 113 yards of offense for the Cougars.
And in wet conditions tonight, Van Sickle not only good running the show for Sumner-Fred, but there was 4 snaps in this ball game just because of the weather conditions that he was able to at least hang on to after fumbling them. Both teams ended up with, MFL MarMac ended up with 3 turnovers. That last interception gave them the 3rd turnover there. But Sumner-Fred turned the ball over twice, but those were huge to at least maintain possessions in ball games and not become turnovers. Let's go to the totals for the Bulldogs, and they were held in check.
They were. Quinn McGue leading the way, 13 carries, 40 yards. Blitz Benteen, 9 carries, 42 yards. Wyatt Powell, 10 carries, 22 yards. And Radloff with 6 carries, 15 yards, including that 1-yard touchdown run. So 38 carries, 119 yards on the ground. Blitz Benteen tonight was 4 for 12 for 36 yards. He did have that 1 interception there at the end. His receivers tonight, Christofferson had 2 catches for 13 yards. Powell had a catch for 11 yards. McGue had a catch for 12 yards. So 36 yards in the air, 155 total yards for the Bulldogs tonight.
And what happened in this ball game is Sumner-Fred hung in there. You know, the Bulldogs had 4th and 1, decided to go ahead, take the field goal. And the way their defense was playing, you understood that. Let's get the lead instead of going for it on 4th and short. So that made it 9-6. And it looked like, again, that decision looked great because they got a stop on the next drive. And Sumner-Fred had to punt the football away, but Henderson got off a punt that was 60-plus yards.
Oh, that was a
that
beautiful
switched
punt.
Field position. And then Sumner-Fred, after forcing MFL MarMac to punt the ball, started inside Bulldog territory and then did a great job putting together their only drive of the second half.
Yeah, they started right on the 48-yard line of MFL MarMac and marched right down the field, did a great job, managed the clock well, and put the touchdown in. That was the key part there, is they finished it off with scoring. It only gave MFL MarMac about a minute of time and forcing them to throw the ball.
Bulldogs had 47 seconds to work with, and again, they ended up throwing interception because one thing we know is MFL MarMac running the ball is what they do best. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But tonight, held in check, and they suffered their first loss of the season. For Sumner-Fred, again, we mentioned, you don't want to go 0-2 in the district. Sets them up here to stay in the race. And don't get me wrong, everybody's got tough games coming up.
Yeah, I don't know of any easy game. I mean, all these teams.
But
are
I will
beat
say
each other
this:
up.
they have Dike New Hartford and MFL MarMac through their schedule. So Sumner-Fred looks at it going, ours is a little bit easier than everybody else the rest of the way.
They still have Denver, but
right.
that's a big game for them. But they've gotten through some of those perennials in this district who are supposed to be favored. They're sitting pretty good right now. MFL MarMac's got 2 back-to-back games here, Dike New Hartford and Denver. Those are going to be huge.
Yeah, this is the stretch of games that you knew for MFL MarMac. We're going to determine what they do this season. And they've still got, obviously, a couple of games and still control things. I mean, you win out, you're going to be the district champs. I mean, that's all there is to it. And we'll see MFL MarMac the next 2 weeks with our featured game. So we'll take a break. When we return, we'll get you caught up to date on the final scores, and we'll wrap things up from Monona. Your post-game show continues after this.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Hi, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet of Monona. I want to take a moment to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of our incredible customers and the amazing local athletes who have shown us unwavering support over the years. Just like you, we're all about the winning edge. That's why it's our goal for our customers to feel like they have scored big when they leave our dealership. Stop by today or visit us online at birdnowmonona.com. And remember, you have to get to our place. You'll love the way we treat you.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, the Luena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, and by Bacon Concrete in Postville. Welcome back once again to Monona. Start to wrap up our post-game show. Sumner-Fred defeating MFL MarMac in our feature game 13-9. We have another final as Lone Tree has defeated Edco tonight by a final score of 39-22 in 8-man. Also tonight in 8-man, Waterloo Christian defeated Central. Final score there was 19-7. Maquoketa Valley over Clayton Ridge 50-0. Bellevue leading Postville in the fourth quarter 43-0. Starmont leading North Cedar in the fourth quarter 28-8. And North Fayette Valley leads Osage in the fourth quarter 20-8. So those are the games that we've been following tonight. We're joined again by Coach Hammond. Again, we were talking before the break. This is a fun district. This is the best district, this Class 1A District 3. And let's see what takes place and how MFL MarMac, starting there, responds next week at Dike New Hartford.
Well, both of these teams, how they respond next week, because Sumner-Fredericksburg's going to go in with a lot of confidence at Denver. And Denver's a good ball club, and they play well at home, so that's going to be a tough test for them. Can they continue this momentum? And MFL MarMac, I believe Coach Anderson, his kids are going to respond. They're going to bounce back. They're going to put in the work this week. They're going to go down to Dike New Hartford. You heard him put the call out to the fans, come down and support us, get us some support on the road, and bounce back in this district. And I think they're going to go out there. They're going to put up the points they need to, and the defense is going to play even more stout than they played tonight.
Yeah, both these teams have defenses that are going to carry them. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. That it's going to keep them in ball games, give them a chance here. And it's going to be fun to see how this just continues to take shape. We're going to go to Dike next Friday night for the MFL MarMac Dike New Hartford ball game. And in 2 weeks, right back here in Monona for Denver MFL MarMac. And that's going to be the telling tale in this district.
Yeah, those are the games, especially for the Bulldogs, that are going to kind of tell where they're going to land and how they're going to finish out in this district. And it's going to be fun to watch. It really is. And I think you're right that these two teams who played tonight, they got a chance to see each other later on in the season, maybe in the postseason, somewhere along the road, because, as you said, they both have defenses that are going to carry them a long ways, and I think they're going to see each other again.
Yeah, we look forward to that. I just
Absolutely.
got the feeling of a matchup that we're just going to see again down the road. But, of course, there's lots of football to be played out before then. We have another final. Bellevue has defeated Postville tonight by a final score of 49-0 there in that ball game at Postville. Again, it was homecoming night here at MFL MarMac. Congratulations to Bryce Radeloff along with Claire Grau. That is your homecoming royalty for MFL MarMac. But they dropped the homecoming game to Sumner-Fred by a final score of 13-9. 13-9. We'll see you next week, Coach.
We'll be here.
For Coach Aaron Hammond, I'm Dan Behrens. My thanks to Dakota Hammond for running our camera. Also thanks to Zach Soto for running our studio show tonight. For a complete recap of tonight's ball game, highlights, scores, and more, go to KCTN.com, click in the Sports tab. This has been a presentation of KCTN FM 100 Sports.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards, and they offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com. And you can even set up a free web store for your fundraiser. Make sure to check out the selection of Bulldog Spirit Wear and Iowa-themed items at the Monona location. Epic Wear, located in downtown Monona and Waukon. Call 563-539-2300 to place your order today.